mean, I could pee, but...
We're live.
Hi.
D&D.
Good thing I put my shirt back on.
Freaking out!
We're here.
Yeah.
I was so hoping that would cause some kind of terrible thing to happen.
D&D games are scary.
They're so scary.
They make me think.
Be careful.
Hey, get your done.
Every week, man.
Every week what?
Nothing.
No, I turn it down before we start, then it comes on and it's back up. I can't help that.
Okay. So we ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready whenever you are.
We are ready.
Welcome to Loaded Jokers.
Are we loaded of jokes?
Where the
We
best
are.
part of waking up is when Josh
God,
shuts
yeah.
the fuck up. Let's see.
That needs to be a shirt.
Let's see. When last we left our adventures, are we ready to do this?
Please leave all unnecessary comments
we've
to
been
my
secretary.
to my secretary, please. She'll get the
Oh, where's my iPad?
What did you...
her iPad.
I didn't know where to put it. We're ready to go now. I'm ready.
Okay, so when last we left our adventures, hello everyone. Let's see. A fierce and unexpected battle ensued in front of the castle at Ravenswood Castle. King Tanel was you had successfully swayed him around to your opinions of what the Black Rose might be up to. He agreed and was quickly murdered for it. An unseen hand coming from the darkness and disappearing thus as well. After being revived and escorted to the front of the building, and yet another unseen another foe appeared. A quick battle ensued, nearly ravaging your entire party. After a quick retreat, a hasty retreat, your attackers seems they left the city. You took the king over to his took the king and his now deceased body to the nearest temple to try to have a resurrection spell used on him. Bring your new ally back from the dead. The only missing component from that was required by the only person powerful enough to do a resurrection spell was a diamond worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. The diamond that you had was one that you had recovered from an undead drow. It seemed as though this massive black diamond in your possession had been identified once already as part of a component, a system for controlling other beings. The resurrection spell completed, but to what unknown effects yet to be determined. The king was successfully resurrected. He and you spent a few days recuperating, overnight hours resting to get back to his strength, where he could make the journey back to the castle. Vestamond taking wing and flying off to see if he could spot the oncoming army or the exiting perpetrators of the assassination attempt of King Tanel. He flew several hours north and spotted several coaches moving to the north. He looked to the east and saw an advancing army. Not large, but an army nonetheless, with prison wagons in tow. And as you guys made your way back to the castle, The king seemed somewhat brusque, very much changed from his more commonly known warm demeanor. He made his way inside, and you followed to his quarters. You followed. You spied a woman that you had not previously seen waiting inside of his quarters. You opened the door, or Ivan opened the door to ask a question of the king, to which he saw something that he had never seen before. His words immediately cut off. Before we get to that, Vestamon is the furthest away. What would you like to do, Vestamon?
Well, I spied the coaches leaving, going north, which Pip is aboard, and they're, you know. And then I spied the army coming this way, and I need to get back and see what my comrades want to do about this army coming this way, because I feel, you know, I was gonna swoop down and try to confront them myself, but I don't want to be like Bargosh and get captured by them, and then just screw up everything. And I'm feeling like that if I warn my comrades, then we can leave and get to the Temple Resolve and use the portal to even get to the city before Pip even arrives and be prepared. Okay. So I'm going to fly back. It'll take me an hour or so to fly back.
Okay, so you're going to start heading back to the castle?
Yes, I'll start heading back.
Okay. So, back to the royal quarters. And here we are, about 10 o'clock. You've opened the door to ask a question of Tenel, you said?
Initially, I had just opened the door and I was just announcing his name and apologizing. So,
okay.
King Tenel, pardon my intrusion.
You see as you walk in, the king, right in front of you, King Tenel, his familiar visage, the large, hardy man with his full beard and his collar-length hair, looking still a bit bedraggled from his recent experiences. You look to the right, Princess Clarity, looking frightened and confused. Tandel, the queen, stepping in front of her daughter in something of a defensive position. There's the woman that you had seen before from the hallway in a very elegant gown. Her spill of hair coming down around her shoulders, with her mouth hanging open, kind of agape as she's staring at the door. The room with all of its royal furnishings, large bed, armoire to one side, and dressers about, large spacious area in the middle with a rug. In the center of the rug, in front of the bed, is a very large iron and stone statue, quadrupedal, with a pair of arms.
Like a centaur with 4 arms, in a way?
Pretty much, yes, kind of. Actually, if you had to make a stone and metal version of Orissa.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Roughly the same size as well. Very large.
And it's just sitting in the middle of his
In
bedroom?
the middle of the room. And as you enter the room, you hear as it takes up a defensive position towards you as you enter the room.
What is it? It's a what? Metal what?
A stone and metal object that looks sort of like a centaur, but very imposing. I can make a perception check.
24.
24 can very clearly see that underneath the layer of stone and metal banding around it, that down in between you can see gears and like pieces of clockwork inside.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. As I'm like second guessing myself now. As I open the door and see everything in front of me, do I see a reaction from the king?
10 elves. Clarity, Sandel. If you would take this new toy and put it in the corner. I need to rest. And the lady with the hair is like, please, sorry. I'm sorry. If you would please just back up. Until you've been introduced, you shouldn't get near Pendulum.
Pendulum is the dog? The big thing with the things inside?
Yes.
That. Pendulum is that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose I will take your advice, and I'll take a step back. From where I was in the room before I stepped back, could I see Clarity and the Queen clearly?
Yes.
Am I getting any tingly dinglies?
From the
Fey Fiend or Undead?
Fey Fiend or Undead? Nope, no sense of Fey Fiend or Undead.
Okay.
I'm standing near.
The doorway?
Yeah. Can I roll perception to see if they look legitimate? If they look like they're in disguise? Would I be able to do that?
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Perception check.
That's a 14, Bob.
14?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go click the air down a little bit. Sorry.
Thank you.
Damn. You gonna make it colder?
Yeah, it's hot as fuck in here.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
It feels nice.
Totally forgot what I was gonna say to the king last week when I walked in this room. I was so set on something and I don't remember what
You're
the
going
fuck
in
I
there
was-
to apologize.
Hey, you're gonna tell him that he should no longer be king.
Yeah. That guy.
That's gonna go well.
You're gonna dethrone him right there in his own room.
You're gonna fuck his wife right in front of him.
Just take his crime like mine now.
No,
You're done. There we go. No, you can't be king.
as you look across and scanning for signs of any signs of disguise or anything like that, it looks to be very legit. They look like
Look like who they say they are.
they look like who your eyes tell you they are. They
Awesome.
haven't said anything yet.
What was I gonna say? I had something prepared for this from last week and I just totally lost it.
Should write it down.
I should. I usually do. Fuck. It was fucking important too. Okay, you know what? I'll come back to
Click.
this.
And upon seeing you, after you burst into the room, Tandel is like, Haven, you really shouldn't be storming indoors like that. You've given Clarity a fright. We're still trying to figure out what's happened over the last few days.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to startle you or anything, little one, but I am glad to see that you made it back from that cave.
I was trying. I know we weren't supposed to leave, but I was just trying to show our new friend my garden.
Who's your new friend?
She steps forward, straightens her. She's the tumble of hair that's coming down is falling a little looser now. So she says, "Yeah, yes, my name is Konstantin Arminioff.
What?
Coxandatora Minioff, she puts her hand out.
It's
And as
pleasure to meet you.
As you touch her hand, you can feel her hands are heavily calloused. Not very kind of uncommon for a lady that's dressed as she is.
I sent a message to Ivan. Something seems fishy. Do you get that sense?
I get that. I have an
Okay.
idea.
What's your name?
Miss, I'm...
Coxandatora Minioff.
Miss Cogsworth.
Coxandatora.
Can you give us a name for short?
My friends call me Cog.
Cog.
All right,
Cog,
Cog.
did you make that dog thing?
Yes, I did. I'm very proud of it.
Oh, you did a great
put
job.
Cog.
Thank you.
C-O-G.
Are these to stand as new sentries?
We need to, if we could, I don't want to disturb the king. I'm new at my station here, and I'm not really sure of my place. But I'm to stay with Clarity.
Aye. Well, this...
Myself and Pendulum are we're part of the deal.
Deal.
The deal, yes.
The marriage?
Yes, when they took the princess's guard, we were put here in his stead.
From the Black Rose?
From the house of the Black Rose.
Message, Ivan. Not looking good.
Nope. Forgive me one moment, Cog. Princess Clarity, would you... Last thing, and then I promise, King, we will leave, but Clarity, do you remember what I said to you last night as you ran from us?
No. We just heard figures, we heard people in the dark, and we came back to where my father told us to stay. I was the one being bad, I'm sorry.
Well, aye, but we had a bit of conversation. I said something to you, and then you ran. Do you remember the last thing I said?
No, I don't.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be... 13.
13? Okay, 13. I've had 5 hours of sleep in the last 3 nights, so I have no idea what you said.
Oh. Okay. No, I told her we would...
I don't remember. I don't remember, so that means she doesn't remember.
I told her that we would keep her safe, and then I rolled a 1 on my persuasion.
Ah, okay. Yes. That's a thing that happened. I
Okay.
remember that now.
Okay, but...
Thanks for jogging my memory.
Well-
You're better than coffee.
Yeah, there's
Better than coffee.
That was a
I
test.
can't say no. I'm not even there. I can't say.
I had a feeling that you didn't remember, and I was like,
I sent Ivan a message. Kill it. Kill it with fire.
We should wait on that, Jack.
Oh, well, I mean, of course.
Cog, what other things have you made before?
I build and tinker with things all the time, and I learned a small bit of magic. I spent most of my life, early life, around gnomes. So I learned a lot about gadgets, and my natural curiosity led me to start building things of this nature. But Pendulum is my first large project, and she's quite formidable.
I'd say.
Pendulum's dope.
Can I roll perception on the pendulum to see if it has
I tell you what, why don't you tell me what you'd like to see, and I'll tell you what you can roll.
Okay, I would like to see if it has any kind of viewing device.
Make a nature check.
God damn!
No, make a perception check.
I love the enthusiasm of that. Make a nature check.
Perception, that's a 27.
Perception is a 27.
Yeah, I rolled a 20. I like that dice.
As you
Do that more often.
as you're sitting there from the hallway, and you're kind of like looking over and around, and you put a hand up on Armaeus' shoulder, and you're like looking around the edge of Misty Eye. You see the thing that's been so this like had it's firmly looking at Ivan go, and like its face turns towards you.
Cog, if we're going to spend time around Pendulum, perhaps we could let the king rest and you could perform the
I
introduction?
think that would be the best idea.
All right, we all go someplace nicer.
Tendel, I'm glad you're safe. I'm sorry for what's happened.
You're still in his room.
That's the last thing I say before I leave.
Perhaps you could enlighten me as to what has happened, because we still don't know.
Actually, first I'd like to ask, King, how are you feeling?
Wine. I'm tired.
You want it.
And they bring him one of the servants run in and bring him another goblet of
I
wine.
say out loud, like, I'd ask him why he's so angry, but I feel like he just gives us the most obvious answer.
Tendel, would you like to know now or after you rest?
Tanel is the king. Tandel is the queen.
Tenel, excuse me.
Are you talking to the queen or the king?
To the king.
Oh. I thought you were talking to, because you said Tandel, I thought you were talking to the queen.
Nah, I got fucked up.
Okay, so what did you say to the king? Because the response will be different.
Yes. Before I just said I'm glad you're safe and we're sorry for what happened.
Okay.
Fuck.
I'm
So
going to leave the room, but I'm going to try. Is Cog and the princess, are they all leaving as well?
They are all leaving. Says, Tandel is, Clarity, I'm going to stay with your father. I'm going to tend to him and make sure that he is all right. I would, you will be okay with Pendulum? And she says, yes. I mean, she looks from this large clockwork thing, it's quite new in her life, to Cog, and then she looks over at Ivan Armaeus and says, yes, I mean, they're father's friends. I'm sure we'll be fine. So the queen goes back into the room and closes the door quietly behind.
yeah.
And could you bring me some more wine, woman? My head is splitting. I need to sleep. And that's the last thing that you hear. Where should we go? We all go to the Great Hall? We can be comfortable there.
Comfortable is not what we're after. We need to start making plans. We need to inform the people who need to know what happened here. Set the record straight about the Black Rose. And figure out our way to...
Cog says, what of the Black Rose?
The black... Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
Short version. They're on my ship list.
We should just tell him the truth.
I just did.
Perhaps we should talk where there aren't so many ears.
That's what I'm thinking.
So,
I'm not there. Why are you looking at me?
where are
I
you?
want to look at you.
Xenophon and I were walking back, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, you haven't made it back yet.
I'm blind, so I'm not there either, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, we're
So
just...
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah, we're just playing hopscotch on our way there.
Yeah.
What a cute couple.
Fiddlesticks. Do we want to hold off on conversation until the rest of our group arrives?
Where would you feel most comfortable?
I think we can catch them up.
Where's
later.
the Great Hall?
Next to the great doors.
It's right down by the front. It's right by the front of the house.
At this point, I think the group is most likely going to come back here to the hall. Or they're going to make their way to the roost for a drink and a place to sleep. I don't know. Mystios mentioned he wanted to go back to his place. His safe place. But I don't know where that is.
Everybody needs their safe space.
Safe place. Safe place.
Let's go to the hall, perhaps. We could get to know Cog a bit.
We can catch up the rest of the party as need be.
Do I know that he wanted the queen's head? The queen mother's head? Did we discuss that? Like,
you guys.
That was like the first thing you guys ever talked about.
did discuss that in-game character to character, not player to player, character to character. You guys did discuss that. So by the time you make it back downstairs, after all this has all transpired,
all this riffraff,
Vestamon makes his way back up. He's in his eagle form. About the same time that Xenophon and Mystios, that again, as you guys are heading into the Great Hall, you guys are both show up at the front of the.
And is BC there? The big metal.
Okay, you guys have made your way to the Great Hall.
Did you actually say out loud that the king was killed?
So, Cog, how much does it run someone for you to make
okay, I mean, I don't
one
think...
of your tinker toys?
You mean to make what? Like pendulum?
No, smaller. I'm thinking like a little parrot or something for myself. How much would that run me?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, as long as it doesn't take away from my duties with the princess, I mean, I could make a mechanical parrot for, I don't know, somewhere around 50 gold, 50, 75. Well, it depends on how much magic I imbue it with.
How about trade? Would you trade for it?
What would you have to trade?
I knew it.
Me.
Here, do you want some rum, Cog?
Got ourselves a bona fide whore.
I've never had alcohol before.
I put my arm around her. Oh, I'll take care of you. Come on, drink.
Hey,
The king has my ring of regeneration.
Ha ha ha.
Like, hey king, can we,
I need that ring back, buddy.
Hey, that ring you're wearing, it's actually...
I bring her in and I kind of hold her tight on her shoulders. Come on, drink some rum. It's really good.
And she looks to Clarity, and Clarity's like, she's like, I mustn't. Again, I don't know my place here yet. I'm very new here. She's visibly nervous and disconcerted.
Peer pressure.
I'm still holding it in front of her, just...
Cog, did you travel here in one of those carriages?
Oh, in what carriages?
The black ones? With the rose that were just here the other day?
With Roderick? Oh, heavens no. No. I don't travel in style. I came in earlier in the day in a standard cart.
But you were still with them.
Well, of course. I mean, I've known Roderick since I was, I don't know, 13 years old. Roderick's a good man. He's taken very good care of me.
How old does Cog
like
appear?
shit.
Like, I mean, just...
How old does she appear to be?
Yeah.
It looks like she's in her late 20s.
Oh, can I roll perception to see if she is telling the truth?
Why don't you tell me what you'd like to
I know, I keep doing that.
Why don't you tell, and I'll tell you what to roll.
I would like to know if she's telling a lie.
Make an insight check.
Thank you.
So, make a nature check!
You're not even near any woods.
Insight.
She's near
That is
stone.
a 19. sir.
19?
Yes,
She seems, she swells with pride, and she seems quite sincere about her feelings about Roderick Tam.
And you said that we have all...
You guys have arrived at the castle. You're met with almost no resistance as you approach the front gates of the castle. You fly down inside. You come through the main guard towers. The guards are actually quite welcoming. Your faces and your appearance at the castle quite well known.
Down your side, and I'm gonna kind of, it's a bird. hop behind one of the columns and then change back.
Okay.
So
And
not
and
gonna start
they're startled for a second. They're like, "Oh, okay. Vestamont, you gave me a start.
Oh.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank God it's just you."
Oh. Could you tell me where the rest of my comrades are?
They came in. They came in with the king about an hour ago. They saw him safely to his quarters.
Thank you.
I believe that they're in the Great Hall as we speak.
Thank you.
Let's
I
go
head
to
toward
the
the Great
Great
Hall.
Okay.
Misty.
Salty Eye still has her arm around Cog, but she's drinking the rum herself now.
Okay.
Why
So
would she
Cog,
drink why would she drink it if she's like in charge of the princess? They'd chop her head off.
We don't know that.
what?
Wow.
That's his go-to for everything. The chop her head off.
Yeah, she.
Let's stab
supposed
him.
to be.
So Cog, say I don't have the gold pieces right now. Could you still make me the parrot?
Layaway program.
Interest.
I mean,
You're a friend of the royals, so I mean, the only thing that I need is it's not for my time, it's for the materials.
what kind of materials are we talking about here, Cog?
Oh, I'll need some iron ore, and I'll need about 25 gold that I can smash down and turn into wire for the wiring band. I'll need silver for wire. I'll need 3 rubies that are worth at least 10 gold pieces apiece. 2 that I can be turned to powder. I'll need 1 emerald. I'll need a sigil. I'll need a silver sigil.
Oh yeah, that was taken.
From any of the lands to the west that I can combine under the light of the full moon, and it's a complicated process, but altogether it should be about 75 gold worth of materials. But you're a friend of the royals, so I would make it for you. My labor would be free.
Okay,
But
so
I just need the materials to manufacture this for you.
Ivan, do you have 75 gold?
I hope so.
The company has no gold because he threw
We
it
have
out the
nothing.
bag now.
The company has no gold.
Yeah, we lost everything.
Ivan,
He
please.
has
Hold on.
plenty.
We lost all of our stuff.
Cog, I have a
No, we lost all the company stuff for the record. Please continue.
I have a bit of a question. You know the devices you see on ports. I don't know what they're called, but it's ropes and wheels, and they use it to lift very heavy things
A pulley
and
system.
draw them. Yeah, pulleys. That's what-
pulley, yeah.
a pulley.
You like block and tackle?
Can I get my intelligence point back from last week?
Cog, is there a way?
No.
You still dumb.
I don't like the way.
Is there a way that you can make a small one of those to fit inside of this, and I'll show her the chain whip,
Make a small one of what?
like something, perhaps with a load that I could flip a switch and bring the whip back to me quickly.
You mean something to make it recoil back to you?
Aye. But
That's not even a challenge.
Oh, damn.
but I am what the monks in the Temple of Malaki refer to as a thick bitch. Are you sure that it's something that can pull my weight?
Oh yes, that can be done.
How much time would you need for this and the woman's bird?
No more than 10 days.
I'll give her 100 gold,
Okay.
flat out.
Where'd you get the gold? I thought we lost the.
We still have our own.
Ivan's sitting
personal-
pretty, dude. Like Ivan has. some-
Okay, I walk up as you're having this conversation with Malarkey, or whatever her name is,
Cog.
Was that close?
and I say, we may not have 10 days.
Aye, but
May I
it's
speak?
something.
May I speak to you away from the group? I mean, away from this person.
Is the gigantic centaur, metal centaur there with Cog? Or
Yes, yeah. The big thing. The big thing is there. The big But we'll just call it a clockwork centaur for now.
Mystios comes walking in, just goes, points at it, and just says, "What the fuck is that?"
Is it still acting defensively towards us?
It's acting defensive towards everyone. It's sticking right by the princess's side, and its its legs. It is not when it's not moving. It's as still as a statue. But when you point it turns.
Is this thing going to fight me? As I'm just dead-eyeing it, just wherever I think its eyes would be.
It's going to kill you if you get
And Cog says, "Oh, no, she has very, very specific instructions to protect the princess."
Can I inspect it? Like, can I go up to it and look inside? Like, is
poke
there
it with a stick?
Can I look at all the gears moving?
Yes. So long as you don't touch her.
Alright, and start walking towards it.
Touch the thing or the princess?
Either.
Yeah, so like I want to get like really up close to it and start examining all the gears.
Okay. Good. What would you?
Oh, I just want to. I like Mystios is just
Okay, you see,
mesmerized by it. He's just like
as you go and look inside the small gap that's like in the breastplate, there's like a slab of stone with metal banding around the chest plate of this thing, and there's like a small so it's got room to move back and forth. One side is open a little bit more than the other, and you can look inside, and there's just hundreds of cogs and wheels, and little tiny things that look like pistons, and you can see that are, and some are spinning faster than others.
Tell me, have you ever considered making this thing rideable?
Says, "Oh, pendulum is very rideable.
Comfortably.
Well, I mean, what would you? Why would you sit on stone and iron when a horse will do just fine?"
I mean, this thing looks like it can go for, sheesh, a lot longer than the horse could.
Oh, pendulum should last for the next at least 200-300 years before she'll need maintenance.
Ah. Could you make it smaller? Could you make her physically smaller?
She is the size she is for a reason.
Aye. We are going to talk later. I'm just very interested in all this.
Yes, she's my life's work, the culmination of everything that I've learned.
This is quite impressive work. Interesting.
Vestamon, we will have words in just a moment. I have one more question for Cog. So Cog, for the projects that we've discussed, there's 100 gold in it now. If you can cut that time frame down, there could be more gold.
I message Ivan. Are you sure we trust this person?
I'm afraid I'm already pushing it as it is.
I'll push it.
Alright.
Wait, what are you guys doing? As I hear them talking about money and
I'm getting a parrot.
Tell her now.
We're discussing...
Mystios just kind of just like wants to reach for his bow but knows that he can't because this thing will absolutely destroy him.
No,
But-
we are discussing projects with our new colleague Cog here.
Do you make weapons?
I make all sorts of things. Most of the things that I make are mechanical in nature.
Amazing.
I imbued with some small amounts of magic.
Can you do it with no magic?
What do you want made?
I'm gonna walk over to her and I'm gonna pull out just a small dagger. And I'm going to say, I want the dagger to be here, but when I do this, it comes out. And when I do this, it retracts.
Nice.
Um,
It's you.
but small and easily covered up by maybe loose clothing or maybe my leather armor.
I can have that ready in an hour. It will go out on its own, but to take it back, you'll have to pull it back.
That is fine.
But yes, I was making things of that nature by the time I was 9.
Well, I'm not smart.
I will have, yes, I can have that. I'm pretty sure I have enough spare parts that I can have that ready later this evening.
Appreciate it.
Cog, you'll have to forgive my saltiness when it comes to. No, not you. You'll have to.
Ivan.
You'll have to forgive my attitude towards the Black Rose. Pip, the man who was married off, he's my son, and
Pip was wonderful.
he is.
He dug right in.
He's a great man.
Yes, he's the one who gave Pendulum his final orders to protect the princess.
So Pendulum was here last night?
Yes.
That's been a good show.
Can Pendulum speak?
Oh no.
Does it remember things? Does it see things on its own? Does it act on its own?
She acts in the way she's ordered to.
Okay.
I have a question. Can Pendulum transform into anything else?
No, Pendulum is what she is.
Fucking transformer. Yeah, she turns into a cassette tape.
I was thinking more like, like stand on its hind legs and I don't know. I was going to a place
Shoot
where
poison.
Yeah, shoot poison. That's what I was going for. Is it that's what I was thinking about. Well, shit. Doesn't transform. What's its weakness?
Probably water.
Does it shoot
Or
poison?
rum.
Does it spew poison out of its mouth?
Well, no.
What are its defenses and offenses?
Does it piss on your boots?
Cog. Sorry, Jack. I don't want to interrupt.
No, go for it.
But, Cog,
Well,
I have a question. Who gives orders to Pendulum?
Myself, Clarity, and whoever we tell them to.
So let's not tell anybody else, huh?
So if you were to say, Pendulum, give Salty Eye permission to do commands, then it would follow my orders?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty
So
fascinating.
if you made by parrot, it could do that?
Well, yes. That's what magically imbued clockwork does.
So cool, Cog. So with the parrot, can you have it fly?
I know stone can't fly.
But you said it's kind of magical, right? Can't you have it
Well, yes.
fly with magic?
I don't know that magic. I suppose if you went to someone from the east, or excuse me, if you went to someone from the west, and you wove the threads of flying carpet into the wings somehow, I suppose it's possible, but beyond my knowledge right now.
Okay, noted. Thank you, Cog.
So, you were a part of the marriage agreement, you said?
Yes, it was Clarity's knight, when her first protector was to become a prince. They didn't want to leave her unprotected, and, well, Pendulum, along with me here to make sure that she keeps running correctly, is at least an even swap as far as protection goes, because you should see her hits. It's pretty amazing. She looks very proud of herself when she says that.
Can you make body parts?
Think about Winter Soldier.
Literally, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Like reading your mind.
Could you could you make a mechanical arm that can work with the rest of the body? Still controlled by the mind, but yet metal.
I have never tried. I would have to research it. That sounds like quite the interesting task, though.
I would, if you would please look into it. I would be very interested.
Hey,
Very much interested. Oh my god.
this is slightly like whatever, but this is the perfect time to have an ivy whip made.
Yeah.
You know?
This will come up later. We know of a person who can do that for us, and it's people we've dealt with in the past, and it's Xenophon's family, so maybe that will eventually happen. But I'm more curious, if I'm honest, that I want to know more about your travels on the way here, and more of the agreements. Do you know of any other conditions made? As of the wedding, I mean, aside from, they spoke of food and...
There was, yes, there's Roderick was here on behalf of King Geoffrey from the north, and his third daughter Grace traveled with us to seal this marriage, the commitment of troops coming south and food to flow north.
And that third daughter, that is Pip's wife.
Yes, Princess Grace. It was actually kind of hard to watch.
And that was Suzail, was that right?
Suzail, yes, in the kingdom of Cormier.
Cormier, that's right.
Cormier.
The city of Suzail in Cormier.
Got it.
But it was funny. Pip kind of showed his age a little when he learned he was marrying a princess. First he was upset because I think he likes clarity, but then he realized his duty to the common people, and him as a knight and his chance to rise as a prince. He thought that perhaps one day he would become king. But Geoffrey has two sons, and Grace is the third daughter. So the entire royal family would have to die for him to become king.
Is King Geoffrey connected to the Black Rose as well?
He's the king in the land where Roderick Tam is a very, very powerful businessman.
Correct, but does he pledge allegiance to the Black Rose in any way?
No. He's a king. He's a king of a very, very powerful nation. He's a pledge allegiance. The Black Rose pledges allegiance to him.
See, I'm listening to all this because Roderick Tam was my childhood friend. And so I'm listening very intently to this conversation because I'm still puzzled about everything that's going on about it.
We're still going to talk, you and I are.
Roderick's been very, very kind to me, and he's a very shrewd businessman. He's very, very good at legislative and executive sort of, making things work as far as the city and the people and getting. But I don't much like the company he keeps.
How so?
Till about 2 years ago, there was these ones showed up acting as his bodyguard. Some powerful people that gave me just strange feelings. Feelings of intense... just intense feelings. I'm not really sure how to describe it.
I give people
But the
intense
fi-
feelings.
But the five who act as his bodyguards, I probably shouldn't say this, but I don't think they act in Roderick's best interests.
Have you ever seen them personally?
Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen them.
Was one of them very, very old? Elven descent, you know, the ears and shit.
Yes, with that stupid medallion that he has around his neck.
What?
Is that the intense one?
It's all 5 of them.
Do you happen to know their names?
No. They've never let me know their names. They always just refer to themselves as the 5.
That doesn't sound ominous or anything.
Was one of them
The 5.
a very big orcish man?
Yes.
And I'll kind of clack Armaeus' leg.
Were any of them half elf?
What's going on?
Do you remember the big guy that's outside the temple? We were flying
Oh yeah,
out of Kroka.
yeah.
Apparently, him and his friends are, and I was changing his tone a bit.
Yes, the half-elf. He's incredibly handsome, but there's something about his words when he sings and rhymes that they seem to tug at my ears strangely.
Sounds like a bard to me.
Was there one that was... Was there one that could possibly be more of a spellcaster? Very old but green.
Yes, we already.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that was that.
That was Mr. Amulet.
No, he's the very old half elf with the amulet.
No, the one I'm talking about is green.
You have a green guy?
Green.
What's that? What race is he?
I don't know. I only saw him for like a split second.
They all seem to have access to magic in one way or another.
But none of them you can tell were green. That's
There's
the only thing.
there's the half-orc.
Almost too coincidental.
Anyway, hey Jack, I got the present for you back at my place.
You have a present for me?
I got the present for you.
I can't wait. I love presents.
Means we have time.
A little bit.
Sorry,
Now I'm curious
We're
what
theorizing. Oh, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But we're theorizing a little bit. Well, Vestamon, you wish to have words.
Yes, I believe I would. I know my words don't mean much to you people, but I would like to talk to you. And Armaeus at the same time.
Okay.
Away from
Vestamon, your
away from the other people. So
Vestamon, your words mean a lot.
Come on, let's go to my place.
may that we step out into the vestibule or someplace away from these other people.
Yes, we'll find a place. Salty Eye, do you... Are you going to hang out with Cog?
Yeah. I'm gonna have more rum. I'm almost out.
Play nice, and I walk away.
Bye.
As you guys are walking out, one of the guards that you have seen, Cole, is walking in the front of the front of the castle as you're walking out of the Great Hall.
What's his name?
Cole, C-O-L.
I remember him.
I don't.
Ivan.
Aye.
We were cleaning up the mess that was the guardhouse. Cleaning up the mess that is our friend and Commander Sills.
Yes.
And you found this. He holds up your bag.
By the shit! And I run up and snatch it.
You go to take it, he goes, How did this get in that mess?
When we came back to confront the king after Mystios was inside, we were put into jail for a couple of nights for disobeying the king's orders of not disturbing him. And as we were being taken, I asked Sills to carry this for me. I did not want it locked up with the rest of the stuff. This belongs to our business.
Legal documents, you know.
It's got dried blood all over it. He's like, I thought that it looked familiar. And he hands it back to you.
Nice.
Can I go diving? Oh god, it's crossed out. Fuck!
What?
The gauntlet.
I'm gonna open the bag and anything in particular I'm missing?
There is indeed something that's...
Is the blanket of magic suppression still in there?
The magic expression is gone as well.
Motherfucker, these guys are good.
They had our idea.
You tell me they just didn't go through the bag?
Cole. Cole,
How did they know it was in there?
you knew of these people coming in, correct? The Black
Yes.
Rose and everything. I mean, this was a big deal. The wedding and Pip getting married and everything.
Yes.
But how close were you to Sills? I trusted the man dearly, and if I'm going to give you information about
Cole was one of the people that from the king's childhood. It was Sills, Cole, and one other that would spend the night on the mountainside.
okay, killing the wolves.
Yeah, killing wolves.
Okay.
And what was the other one? He's the captain that already died. The first captain.
Oh, Hawthorne.
Yeah, Hawthorne. It was Hawthorne, Sills, and Cole that spent the night on the mountainside fighting wolves with the king when they were just boys.
Nestamon, do you wish to clue in Cole as to what we're going to discuss? Or do you wish this to be private?
I'm sorry, say again.
The conversation we're going to have, do you wish this to be private, or do we want to clue in?
No, Cole can listen because he's got the king's ear, so he should hear this too. If it's okay. I just wanted to get away from the other people inside in case they have inside ties to the Black Rose. That's the reason I want to get away from them.
Cole,
But I'm telling you, can I give you my thoughts
Please.
and information?
please, Cole, we're discussing something that, we're discussing the events of what happened yesterday.
As are we all.
Where are we at right now?
We
Right.
stepped out into
Right, you're in the foyer now.
So we're in the foyer. People can still hear us.
The door to the Great Hall is closed. The rest of the Clarity, Cog, and Pendulum are still inside.
I mean, I stay with Cobb.
Oh, you stayed with Cog. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I scan the room to see if there's anybody or any way anybody could be listening to us?
Make a perception check.
I got better that time. He's learning. I got a 20.
20. As you're huddled here there, by the front door, this small group of you, you're taking a quick look around the halls and like up into the ceiling. There's nothing. Doesn't appear to be anything hidden. The only motion activity appears to be on the other side of the door. You can hear people as they're moving back and forth into the back side of the castle around the kitchens.
It appears that we're out of earshot. Do we need any further protection?
I don't really think that's necessary. I mean, we're away from people visibly, so
I mean,
Not the
this
same as
is
we're going
actually
against.
for our whole group, but I want to talk to you and Armez first since you're the leaders of our group. I want to talk to you first. And then you can relay the information as you see necessary to the rest of the group. As you know, I morphed into an eagle and flew out.
yes.
I saw the carriages going north with Pip aboard, and they're only about a day and a half away right now. Also, I saw the army of evil people headed this way. They're only about 1.5 to 2 days away. Now, we cannot fight, if we could not kill or fight this one entity that almost killed us all here in the castle, we cannot fight 50 or 60 of these magic takers. All of us that have magic will be...
Okay, hold on 1 second. The army that you saw from the air, there were only about 2 dozen. There were only about 2 dozen soldiers.
About 2 dozen plus the wagons, men with wagons. And I'm saying, it's up to you. It's up to you and the rest of the group. If you want to try to go get to the Temple of Resolve and try to transport over to the capital, to the city, to be there before Pip gets there so we can prepare. See, because I'm a childhood friend of Roderick Tam, and now that I've heard this other information, I think he's in danger also. I think, I think someone has taken over the Black Rose, some evil organization, and he is being controlled also, I believe.
Well, Salty Eye used to work with the Black Rose. Do you think we have an in? Do you
That was a
think
good time for that.
do you think we could make our way into the Black Rose?
Well,
and find Roderick?
yeah. I mean, I like Salty Eye well enough. She's a fun little
She's there.
person to hang around with. But
She's a whore, that's what
and
we know.
especially when she gets naked and starts playing with my wand.
That's what they do.
Oh fuck!
But only if she stays sober enough to do what we need her to do. Yes, I would definitely send her in.
She
But
could be a functioning alcoholic.
But we have to get.
It's a-
But we have to get to the capital first.
I'm just saying, if
And,
she is
and,
an
and it's up to you. If you
I think
want
I talked
to, if
about
you want to
that.
stay here we can't afford to stay here for 10 days waiting for things to happen.
No, I know.
We
I know.
need to get. We
You
need
said
to
you
get
saw-
to the Temple of Resolve as quickly as possible. Now we can all morph and fly there today or tomorrow, but we can't carry our mess, his cross, and that hamster. Because
too
he
heavy.
weighs too much for any of us to carry.
Wait, you saw only soldiers, right?
Well, in the prison wagons with drivers on them, so they're probably fighters too.
So no magic users. You didn't see
Yeah.
any magic users.
Well, see,
Yes,
now-
they're probably sitting on the
Now, that's
benches of the
here's-
wagon.
Here's the other thing, Cole. We were told that the part of the deal was soldiers were going to come down from the north to supplement the armies of Ravenswood. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you have an estimate how many?
We were supposed to send out our first shipment of food next week, and they were sending out their first battalion of soldiers next week.
So they wouldn't be on the road already.
No.
Okay, so
I
that's
know because
probably
the
confirmed.
wagons have to get back to the capital to send them, and they're still on the road to get back to the. I'm telling you, it's up to you. Whatever my comrades want to do, I'll do. But I'm telling you, we cannot fight these people.
If you guys want,
There's only two. It's only 2 dozen. That's 24.
Yep.
I think the kingdom can take.
It's just
God, fuck you guys. That's only. I mean, the kingdom can take care of that. I mean, unless there's some high-level people.
Or we have been working on a bomb for a while.
Well,
I can get dropped off.
I was going to ask you. That was gonna be my next question. How far along have you got with making the bomb?
I mean, the last note I took, we got almost half of it processed.
Well, now you and Omaze could go out and set the bomb up, blow up the bridge.
You know, the old guy's
this
got a
was-
good idea.
Well, this was something I
Death
was
from
thinking.
above.
Armaeus's boom booms have made me think about a way of making this detonate when it falls, right? So there's got to be something, some kind of a, maybe if I put one of my vials of alchemist fire in the bottom of the crate, and then when it falls, the alchemist fire lights the powder, and big boom.
We have a lady back there that literally built an entire metal centaur. I'm pretty sure she can probably
But how
make some
long-
sort of pressure plate.
But how
All
long
I'm telling you is we do not have time.
This
to
is something we need to do
build
now.
all this stuff that you're talking about.
If she can-
parrots and,
Now
and extra whip handles
here's
and
a
all
thought.
that stuff.
Here's a thought. I've seen you turn into a bird 5 or 6 times.
Yes.
One of which you scared the shit out of us. But if we wait until this army is on the bridge, and you drop that bomb on the bridge, that seems an effective way to take them all out, yes?
Could we ask the centaur to just take care of them for us.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
what I'm
technically
saying.
protecting the princess.
Yeah, that's
is it
why
not?
we're talking with the captain of the guard here. He can send his army out. They can blow up the bridge ahead of time. So I'm telling you, if these people are magic takers,
If they come to the bridge and the bridge has fallen, don't you think they'll just take a long way around? Through the mountains?
Of course, that's my point. Is that we gotta, if you want to blow the bridge, let's do it today or this afternoon or tonight. Let's don't wait around till they build us whip handles
Only-
and parrots and stuff like that. Let's get this shit done.
The only
Is what I'm
problem,
saying.
the only problem with that is that if they are going to be getting more of an army and they're supposed to be sending out food, that's going to delay everything by could be multiple weeks.
Mistios, to be
Well,
honest
I'm
with
telling you.
I'm not
It's not our
concerned with
big
that.
bridge to blow up, too.
Well, it's that's
this-
true.
this-
That's true to a
Cog-
point.
Cog interjects here. It's like,
You mean Cole?
I mean, yeah,
Okay,
Cole
good,
interjects. Says,
I scared the shit out of me.
Like, hey, Cog, how you doing?
Just like
Over there.
this, okay, this army that you're talking about coming south, what are they coming here for?
They were coming. They've captured a bunch of magic users, taken their magic. They've stolen artifacts that are powerful artifacts that can be used for evil. And you think you live in a wonderful place right now.
Wait a minute.
And Ravenwood is a thriving kingdom. All the kingdoms to the north and all where they came from are all have wars and starving.
Right,
And what
yes.
your king is sending food to, these people are coming from to take all the power. And all of us that have any power will be captured and
Wait.
taken. Our friends.
Wait. They were coming. I thought that you said before that they were coming for the refugees.
They were.
They were, but
move on.
anyone that has magic, they will take. They
If
will
were
capture.
Well, that's a different story entirely. I thought that we were told before that they were coming for the refugees. The refugees are no longer here.
They don't know that.
Correct, but
Yeah.
we do have people in temples that practice
They have
ritualistic magic.
anyone that practices magic, any type of arcane knowledge or anything, any of us that are gifted in this way will be captured, and we have very good friends that have been captured by these people and just totally devastated, and to where they don't even have their own minds anymore.
Vestamon, when you were in the air and you saw the people moving, you saw the bridge, correct? The chasm?
Yes, yeah, of course.
How far was this army from the bridge?
At least a day and a half away from the bridge.
So we could simply blow the bridge with them on it.
Oh, wait. Blowing the bridge is our last line of defense.
Correct. And Tanel,
But King Tanel said he would blow the bridge when we told him of this in the beginning.
correct.
Yes.
As a last line of defense.
It's the last line of defense.
Well, Cole, does this seem to you, a man of the Kingsguard, a viable threat to the kingdom, this army moving south? Is this something that the king is willing to send his men on? I'll put it that way. As thin as they may be with all the attacks going on, this would simply be the strategic correct move.
Well,
We have to turn it over to Cole and his,
That's all I'm doing.
because we need to be on our way to the Temple of Resolve.
I'd like to interject something here. Let's just say that we went to the bridge and it wasn't there. Just our group could get across without a bridge being there. And we only have a couple of magic users. And if they're actually traveling, as Vestamon says, with magic users, especially ones that are overpowered, do you think a bridge is really going to stop them? So whether the bridge is there or not there doesn't really matter.
That's a good point. Fuck. Okay, well,
Well, all I'm saying is, now that we've told Cole, and he's the captain of the guards now, then we can be on our way to the Temple of Resolve to try to get to our destination. You want to save Pip, and I want to save Roderick.
I say we just blow everything up, not the bridge. I say we just blow up the people, and then we're done.
You can't take over a town if there's no town to come to.
That's also a good idea.
I'd say we just take care of them before they even get to the bridge.
You can't blow everybody you run across.
No, that was a joke. But,
No,
but
I'm
in general, if you guys worked hard on that bomb, and we were to take Cog, help you work on that bomb, that would be 3 hands in the mix. Then we could get Vestamon to morph into a dragon, fly it out there, and drop it on them.
I'm not flying out there. I'm not flying out there.
Then I will go.
If these people are magic
go.
takers, they can overtake you. They will know you're coming because they know.
But
about magic.
you're making an assumption.
Okay.
Let's just try.
I'm telling you, this one thing that we fought at the castle yesterday almost killed all of us.
True.
But this is
And
different.
this is like a dozen or so people that, and I'm telling you, we need to turn this over to Cole, and we need to be on our way to the Temple of Resolve so we can go solve the other problem.
All right, by show of hands, everybody here. Who is in favor of going directly and helping Ivan's son?
Well, it's not just my son, it's also Tam, Roderick Tam.
Okay. Who's in favor of staying and helping the people? Okay.
Cool!
See you later.
Okay. So we don't need to be discussing this. We've let Cole know.
Sucks.
This is just gonna turn around and just go right into the room with Cog and Salty Eye. Like, give me a bottle of rum.
But, okay, so
Shut the door
now
behind me.
this conversation can be fast-forwarded. Cole, you have all this information. We no longer have a say in it. If this is not our battle to fight, and we've already made that decision.
One last thing. Cole, before Sills fell, he was given copies of cryptic information that we found from the late Queen Mother, tying her to the Black Rose, and a lot of it, quite frankly, is creepy as shit. Were you able to find any surviving copies of it? We gave several to Sills for him to pass around, and the king directly received copies as well. This is information that could directly. Yes.
You mean this?
Aye.
Dearest Kafka, our regards from the Guildmasters. That would be Roderick and his associates, Undead Associates. Our mutual friend understands your plight and offers his assistance. It will send armies to guard the borders. Reinforcements have been dispatched. Well, the armies are being. The 5 are currently occupied. I don't know who that is. The black brings the void.
We don't know who the 5 are now.
The most broken of hearts will soon be mended. It sounds like she's upset about her city.
Aye. But the other one?
What about the other one?
Yeah. Now, Cole, the reason why this one is particularly creepy is because the night before the attack, we were in the cells, and Armaeus, myself, most of us were able to look out the windows. Actually, it was kind of funny. I actually held Armaeus up. We realized, oh fuck, the window's not even that fucking big. But the perpetrators were out there. It's hard for me to say words with a face like this.
Poopetrators.
The perpetrators were
When they go to the
singing.
bathroom, that's what they are now.
One of them was singing, plucking a guitar, and they were very ominous in the way that they did things, and they all wore the matching symbols of the Black Rose. Now, tell me, read the poem, Lo, the Prince of Love and Undeath, and tell me that that is not lyric-like. They're planning something.
Super duper coincidental here.
And it just...
Wielded passing, find respite from all passion. Alliance formed with Mistress Dark to transform a lover's soul and heart. Sounds like a bard that flunked out of Bardic College and is depressed because he can't get laid.
All of us go to college.
I had the joke for that, but now's not the time.
I don't know what to make of it. This is not
I'm just asking that those in power, those with the ability to defend Ravenswood, you cannot trust the Black Rose very, very much. Cormier may be a different story, and select people, I'm sure, but if those people ever come back here, they can't be stopped. They almost killed all of us.
Roderick?
No, not Roderick. There was a half-elven man who's extremely old. He's a very powerful magic man.
Oh, Roderick's bodyguard.
Yes, those fuckers. Them.
Yes.
We bumped into them. Well, one of us had bumped into them once before. They're bad news.
Creepy.
Very.
I don't like them.
I don't like that fuck. I would like very much for Mistios to stab him in the ass. I'm sorry, the back. The little high. But, Cole, do you understand what I'm saying? You're
That Mistios fucks ass.
He does, yes. Matter of fact, I can attest to that. But there's people in the city that we still care about, and Cole, you are among them. We trust you as we trusted Sills and Captain Hawthorne.
We will set guard. Constant watch. We will keep an eye. Vestamond has given us very reasonable, if not reasonable, excellent intelligence from his aerial view. We know that we have a day to a day and a half to prepare for this small contingency that comes seeking refugees that are no longer here. We will set our guards on the bridge across the gorge and ask that they take themselves elsewhere, because the refugees they seek are no longer here.
A suggestion, Captain Cole, if you could,
Sergeant, yes.
if you could have your,
Not there.
if you could have,
I walked out.
if you could have your envoy meet them on the other side of the bridge, and then have others in the hills around watching to see what happens if they attack your envoy. When your envoy goes to tell them that the refugees are no longer here, if they could keep advancing, then you know they're up to no good.
Wait, you think they're just gonna come up to the gate? Give over all your refugees who've used magic!
I'm just saying, a strategy, a good game plan.
That is a fair tactic. If we send out people in good faith to negotiate with their leaders, and they do not negotiate in good faith, if they do not parley with us, well, then they, of course, left us with no choice. We can descend from the hills and deal with them accordingly.
May I ask you one other question?
Yes.
Our friend that was Seal left some men in the woods on the back side of the castle. There was a cave there with some people that looked like the princess, but we think they were imposters pretending to be the princess to try to infiltrate the castle. Did those men ever return?
Yes.
Did they report any undue?
Oh, they found the cave. The cave is used as a ventilation system for the city's sewers to keep the gases from backing up.
Okay, I was just wondering. I just want to make sure those men were still safe.
Yes. They're all reported back almost immediately.
Oh, great. Okay.
So am I correct in understanding our plan from here is to get to the Temple of Resolve and make passage to Cormier?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
Yep, all this talking, let's do it.
Right.
Cole, if we find time to come back, we will find you in good faith, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I will be here.
All right, be well.
Excuse me.
Want some water on me?
Travel safely, my friends. Now, okay, while you guys are doing that, Misty Eye, you have some stuff you want to
Misty
do.
Eye. God damn. Again.
Salty eye.
Salty eye. Okay.
Crusty eye.
Crusty eye. So while she's alone with Cog and the princess before Mystios walks in, she has her eye patch on and she says, it's like kind of just there quietly, and then, Cog,
Yes.
I have one last request. It's personal,
Okay.
and I don't want anyone to know quite yet. She lifts her eye patch and there's a giant scar, her eye's missing.
Nice.
Can you do anything with this?
Mad Eye Moody.
Man, I can eat it.
That is. I'm very sorry for the loss of your eye. I mean, I could perhaps, well, gouge out what's left of it and put some kind of, like, little dancing bear in there. It would be quite entertaining.
That would be so fucking cool.
Dancing bear?
Oh yes, you know, like on the like the clockmakers make when they like with the little men or the animals go dancing around.
If you don't do this, I'm gonna slap you.
How long would that take?
Installing the mechanics would take, I don't know, 20 minutes. Gouging out your eye would be the worst part.
I have no feeling in it anymore. The
Okay.
wound was very deep.
Perhaps you could see a cleric and they could cast some sort of restoration and bring it back. But I will do it if you wish.
Yeah, let's do it.
She's gonna have a dancing bear in her eye. That's a good website, by the way.
She chugs the rest of her rum. Before they get back, I want to do it as a surprise now.
That's her distraction during battle.
Just fucking optical surgery right there in the middle of the floor. It's like, okay.
Excellent.
Hey, I'll get changed out of this dress and into some of my working clothes. And she nods off, and you guys are still on. This is all happening while you guys are having the conversations in the foyer. And she comes back looking much more comfortable and relaxed. She's not like her hair. She's got her hair back up in a ponytail, a leather thong thing that's tight. Yeah, it's tied up. She has a shirt that's got a couple of grease stains on it, and pants that come to boots that come to just below her knee with her pants tucked into them. And she comes with a wooden crate, and she sets it down. She says, I suppose this is as good a place as any. And she lays you down on the floor. She goes, she reaches into her box and rummaging around. You can hear the metal clanking and stuff. And she's up and she takes a piece of leather and wraps it around a copper bar. And she says, "Okay, open your mouth." And puts it in your mouth. She takes this thing out that looks like a little mini spoon. So a sharp edge. She's like, "Okay, I'm not going to lie. This will hurt." And she down the side of your eye, and it splits the scar tissue.
Melon baller.
Fucking metal, dude.
It is.
Here, let me take this. Let me
Wait,
take this hole in your
Well,
eye.
let's just say Salty Eye's very drunk.
Yes.
I was
It
gonna say,
hurts.
Is there like metal guitars going in the background?
It does, and you bite down on the thing, and it's like, ah! As blood begins pouring out of your eye socket, and she's like working the metal edge of this thing around the edge. You can hear it. Clarity screams and runs out of the room.
It's good thing we're leaving.
And Pendulum is like and follows her. So you're now alone in the great hall.
With Cog.
Huh?
With Cog.
And who else was in? Did you say in the end?
He walks in later.
I walk back in.
And you walk in as Cog has Salty Eye down on the floor, and she's just digging into Salty Eye's uncovered eye where the eye patches up, and Salty Eye's on the floor just going, ah! And she's... And it sounds like she's cutting a lasagna, or like she's got a spoon and some macaroni, mac and cheese.
I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna grab one of the bottles that's on the counter and be like, "Did she ask you to do this?" And I was like,
I don't know why that does.
Says, yes, he says it, and she finally with a sucking sound.
"Oh." I'm just gonna pull up a chair and just sit back and watch.
Finally, what's left of Misty Eye screams one last time as the eye pops out, and she quickly runs over to what's left of the hearth and pulls out what's a piece of the coal that's in there that's still glowing on the end. It's burning with the embers, and she goes, and the smell of iron from the burning blood, and she cauterizes what's left of the eye socket.
I'm gonna take some of my rum since I'm sitting really close, so I'm gonna just kind of pour a little bit into Salty Eye's mouth. So there you go.
There's leather in my mouth.
She has a piece of copper bar about that long that's wrapped in leather in her mouth as you pour it over her face, and she's while the burnt piece.
I'm not trying to waterboard her. I'm just
unintentionally. You
that
have.
Insult to injury.
As the rum washes away some of the blood from the side of your face, and the smell of the burnt blood and the burnt flesh rises up and hits you sharp in the nostrils. And she takes the bar, the leather wrapped metal copper bar in your mouth. She's like, "Are you still there?" And you have, but now you have taken. You've taken 6 points of slashing damage.
That's it? Gosh.
I'm just
Take about 6 points of burning damage. 6 points of traumatizing damage.
You're gonna need to see a therapist after this.
I'm gonna look at Cog and
She
be like,
wanted
do you want me to bring in our cleric?
It's like, that's up to you. I have a job to finish. And she's like, she pulls the box over closer to her as she straddles your chest, and she's got her knees on each one of your shoulders, and she starts rummaging around, and she's like trying to fit these different size. Like she pulls out the series of look like almost like steel cups, and she's like, no, it's too big, and she puts one in and shakes your head from side to side, and you can feel something kind of rattling around in your eye socket for a second. No, and she's like, "Can I have some of that rum?"
There you go.
And she takes it, and she pours it down into the eye socket. And then she finds one last one. She's like, and she gets and she fits this metal thing down into your eye socket. And you can see that inside the eye socket, you can see there's a tiny, tiny set of gears like at the bottom of her. And she now has like almost a Terminator eye socket.
I was thinking Kano, but okay.
But there's just like a ring of metal around the seared flesh, but there's like a little tiny set of gears inside there. And she takes the top part of her toolbox out, and she lifts this tray out, and she's like, "Okay, you said dancing bear, but oh wait, hold on a second." And she pulls out this thing. It's like a beautifully carved, hand-painted parrot.
Yeah.
And then she takes and she reaches in and she picks up a jeweler scope and sets it on her eye, and she's looking at the bottom of it. She flips it over and she picks up these little metal tongs and she sets a few gears in place, and she's like, "Okay, don't move. And she takes it and you feel it in your eye socket go, and you feel it click into place. And as soon as it clicks into place, it begins like this, and the wings go. And it makes a full rotation in your head, and you have a little tiny parrot in your eye socket now.
I never thought I'd hear this at D&D, but that was fucking awesome.
That was fucking cool.
I know.
All right. You wanted a parrot, you got one.
Okay.
Never wearing
And we're
it
done?
again.
As you're now like the rum-soaked blood now kind of keep drying on your face, as she's like, "There you go. I need to go look after Pendulum now." And she gets up. She's just like, "Are you all right?" And total now from smacking the thing is another 3 points of damage from where she was smacking the thing into your head. So took a little bit of damage,
It's totally worth it.
but you now have a decorated eye socket.
Alright, she gets up, takes off her eye patch, and looks at Mistios. Do you like it?
It's fucking freaky, dude. It is completely creepy.
Yeah, no, I'm just... No, it's continuously.
It's where there should be an eye. There's like because the inside of the cup is it's like shiny and reflective, and the thing is catching the light. Carved parrot is like casting little bits of color up, and it's like dancing off the metal inside of her eye socket.
Right.
Do you have artwork of your character already?
I'm so big.
No, but it's going down now.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make that if I can.
Yeah.
Oh man, just
Yeah,
like,
we don't have
Alright,
to
so-
character.
I guess I stand up and take the rum from Mistios. Oh.
The one thing that you do notice is that when she was pulling out the eye socket, or the eye, and clearing the eye socket, prepping it for this transplant, she cut off what was left of the eyelids, because it does not close.
Blink.
It's like there's like around just above this circle that's in the eye socket. There's like a little tiny bit of scarred flesh from where it was burnt, where it was cauterized, where she cut off the socket, cut off the eyelids. So while one eye is like blinking normally, the other one is just like, parrot! Fear my parrot!
couldn't have a flashlight with me.
And-
could you? No.
Salty Eye takes the rum from him and says, "Well, fuck you then," and puts on her eye patch.
Eye patch again, and with the eye patch back on, covering the metal socket, she actually looks quite normal. She looks.
Well,
I got a secret to show you.
I can't wait for that to come up.
You want to see my magic
10
pole?
gold. I don't have a parrot hiding somewhere.
I'm thinking laser eye later on. You know,
Want to see my,
might be an
wanna see my
upgrade.
secret cave?
My cave of wonders.
All right, so she puts the eye patch back on and says, "Don't tell anyone.
Trust me, I wish I didn't see it.
I want to surprise Ivan."
I'm just gonna look at whatever he's into.
Got a thing for dragons, do you?
He has a thing for no, she has a thing for reptiles.
Hey, sometimes you need a barb dick to get off.
Hey, no king shaming here.
Reptile.
Okay, so I guess
more than rib.
we leave and start going towards the foyer.
Okay, so you got now.
I still have blood all over me.
You do have blood. It's like the rum and blood. You normally smell like rum, but it's even stronger than normal now because it's dried on the side of your face,
Does she
along
meet
with
up
the
with
blood
us?
streak. And as you guys are wrapping up your conversation with Cole, Misty Eye, because you hear the door behind you, Salty Eye. You hear the door swing open as you all turn to look, and she's standing there, just blood streaked down the side of her
Good
face,
fucking god! What the hell happened to you?
coming from underneath her eye
I pull
patch.
my guns out like who
I'm looking
do we have to
past her.
kill?
For like something happening.
And all you see behind her is Mistios.
And
Mistios, what did you do?
Mistios, are you guys
hold
okay?
on. I'm just gonna start cracking my knuckles.
And Salty Eye still has the rum that she took from Mistios, so just takes a sip of it.
She must be
Do
okay.
you guys want to see?
What are we gonna see?
What are we seeing?
I mean, we already saw you naked in front of the king in the basement. What else could there be?
She lifts her eye patch.
I'm running forward to tackle the shit out of her.
Do we have to get it out? Like what? What's
It's
wrong?
parrots!
Is it alive?
I'll stop.
Is the
Do you
parrot
like it?
is the parrot alive? I need to know.
No.
Kink, kink.
Don't. Ow, Ivan.
All right.
We were gone for 20 minutes.
Calm did it for me.
We can't leave you alone for a moment.
Cog did that?
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Actually, I haven't seen it.
I minor illusion some metal fucking music.
And she puts your eye patch back on. If you guys don't like it, it's fine.
No, it's
It just takes some getting used to, my dear. That's all.
that is
But I'm sure that
Just like you, it takes getting used to.
that is
That's a nice compliment.
I don't know what these guys are saying, but that's pretty cool. I've never seen that before, and I've seen a lot of shit.
Thanks, Jack.
You're a true pilot now.
I'm still gonna get the other pirate, too. I haven't paid for it.
I did.
Wait, you're gonna get your other eye done?
No.
What?
I can't see.
I can't see, but I'm told I look awesome.
Thank God I got a lemur in this eye.
No, Cog has already agreed to make her metal parrot, and she's going to make the mechanism for a way to make the whip return to me quickly.
But
We don't have to be here. We can pick it up later.
okay, yeah, but let's go take care of this and
I agree.
Yeah, can we
So
go?
what are
Can
we
go
doing
ahead-
now?
Let's just go ahead and hit the road, please.
So,
Yes, let's get to the temple.
so the plan is Cormier. What time is it now? Because we've been doing this for
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just it's like
10:27.
Early afternoon.
You're now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I say we all get horses and hightail it out of here.
we have horses, Jack.
All of us?
Aye, we have.
But doesn't Armaeus have to ride in the cart since he's so heavy?
Well-
To break a horse's back.
No,
It's just the hamster, really.
no, we still have Nookie, Roland, Breakstuff, Assclap, and Poopy Pants. We still have we still have our horses.
Okay, that's 6 horses?
Yes, because we lost Fred Durst.
But we have 2 other people here.
I'll
Yeah,
ride
sure.
with someone.
I mean, we're not all thick as fuck, Jack.
And plus, if you ride with me, we can go get your present.
Alright, we'll meet you there.
Okay, so
Need to beat them where?
At the temple.
Or is the-
Temple of Resolve, you know, the teleportation place.
How do you know where the temple is?
I don't know, I'm going with him.
Okay.
He knows.
We openly talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing with him.
I thought Xenophon was riding with you.
She's too big.
I'll ride with Xenophon.
That will work.
if
I will hold her beard again.
Okay.
if the two of you are going separate, then the cart will go with us.
You don't trust us with a cart?
No, it's not that. That's where our bomb is.
I'll go with Bob.
I want to keep tabs on that.
You know that.
I'm assuming we're walking and talking.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go. Alright, we'll see you guys there.
Aye. So we'll go shackle our shit and get in the cart, and when we're making our way north, Armaeus, when we were on the road, I'm thinking either Salty Eye or maybe Xenophon, if she wishes, could man the horses, and you and I should sit in the back of the cart and continue with this gunpowder.
Yes, absolutely.
I can ride the horse.
How many carts do we have again? 2?
We have one.
1? Okay.
Wait, no, you have 2 cards. You have a
You
pair
have
of
2
cards, don't you?
cards.
Yeah, you have 2 cards.
I thought we only had one.
Oh, you have 2
yeah.
cards.
2 cards. We've had 2 cards for a long time.
Do we have a limo cart?
You didn't leave that one at the castle, did you, when you rode?
We didn't ride to the castle. We
Way back.
walked.
Way back. When you walked to the castle? Okay.
Yeah, we walked.
I thought
Because you guys took all the horses, so
that's
Xenophon and I were like, okay.
Alright, okay. Did we pick up Xenophon? Did you scoop her
Yeah,
up?
Xenophon's been with us.
Okay. So we got all of our troops with us, right?
Aye.
Okay.
Is there any pieces of business we need to attend to before we leave Ravenswood?
Nah, bro.
I said, I can just have
No.
something. I have something for you. That is it. You guys
Alright.
do your own thing.
Alright, surely you won't be too terribly far behind.
Oh, it probably only maybe like 5 minutes behind, if that.
Man, I really want to learn how to tinker now. That's fucking cool.
That was awesome. Okay.
I know. Trust me, me too.
So, carted up.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay.
Headed to the
Go. Pit stopping at the Thieves Guild.
I was going to say, if you all want to ride together, we can do that.
Okay.
As I said, I'm literally just going to run in there, grab his thing, get
Mr.
out, grab it, and give it to him.
Are you doing something
Can we
illegal?
assume that happened?
No, we already know what it is.
Okay.
Can we assume that happened so we can move on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Alright, I'm down. Real quick, just for your info, for DM info, I won't be here probably 2 Sundays from now. So whenever that Sunday comes up, I'll just take the head then and return it. Do I need to return it?
We'll talk about that after the game.
Okay.
Okay. So, you guys go and collect the trophy. As you're entering and exiting, make a quick perception check.
Ten.
No.
Or don't make a perception check. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was doing it. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Well, you're intent on getting into the Thieves Guild. You notice that it looks like that from off behind the building, behind the woodcutter's building, off the side, up the hillside a little bit there, back up on the main street. It looks like there's 2 people watching you as you enter then exit.
Can I act casually but send Mystios a message? There's 2 people watching us.
Okay. Great.
Friends of yours?
No idea. Do you know what they were wearing?
Do I know what they were wearing?
They look like commoners' clothes.
Commoner's clothes.
Cool.
Am I in the wrong spot?
What now? What?
No.
You're good.
No, the camera was in the wrong spot.
Okay.
What? Smallest clothes? What?
2 people watching Mystios and I.
Okay.
Maybe they just happened to notice. They're just like, there's 2 normal NPCs.
That's fine. All right. So I'm going to. So while we're down there, I'm going to give you the head.
Okay. So you guys get the head. You leave.
While we're leaving, because he told me that.
That's well, as you're leaving, he notices when he notices that it looks like somebody. It looks like somebody's watching.
Okay. Cool. So we get to drink next time too?
Yeah!
Awesome!
Yeah,
I'm
alright.
going to close the door and just lock it up real quick.
Okay, cool. So you make your way back to the carts, where you find the rest of the party waiting patiently, except for Armaeus. He's sitting there in the cart, tapping his foot.
Salty
We gotta
Eye.
move on.
Salty Eye keeps pulling up her eye patch at him.
You guys see why I'm impatient, right?
No.
I have to deal with this. Just want to go.
As you guys
I'm gonna have to get used to that. Salty eye.
as you guys hit the road, heading north. Out.
That's cool.
As you again make your way up through the now familiar fields where the shepherds tend the flocks, past the farms, and again across the great bridge that leads across the huge gorge. It's they glancing over the side one last time, the dizzying heights of 100 feet to the small river that's running through the bottom of the gorge. You make to the other side and then head north. Is there anything? Who's driving each cart?
I guess I'm driving a cart with them in it.
Okay,
I guess Xenophon.
Xenophon's driving the cart.
Because she's actually good with animals.
Okay.
Wait,
Is there-
I thought the Temple of Resolve was in the opposite direction.
This is the way that you went the last time. You go north across the bridge, you head east, and then that's where Ember showed you the path. There was a hidden path that led up the mountain.
Okay, whatever. Let's go.
Do you want me to show you on the map?
No. Go ahead. I was just confused. You know, it's like I reverted back to my after seeing that eye thing of Misty Eye. I just had a relapse.
Salty
To
Eye.
the north, and then and as you head to the east, is there anything that that the people who are not driving, not concentrating, that you would like to do while you're...
We're making the bomb.
Okay, so you're working on converting the rest of your... the chemical, the guano and everything else
The charcoal.
into the charcoal into gunpowder for your bomb.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I am debating on which arm I would like to lose. If this can be pulled off.
Okay. All right.
I'm studying my spells and everything in my
I mean,
spell
she put a
book.
cool pair.
Nice spell.
Outstanding.
Good job, man.
And
a
I
nice
might be able to
spell.
crush someone's throat with my hand.
I'm looking to see which one's
And I can crush their soul through my eye.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, what did we roll for that last time? For making the
Oh, I have no idea.
Make the journey.
huh?
Making
No,
the-
for making it for the crafting the.
Oh, I think it was just dexterity.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, good. Okay, so yeah, just both of you do a quick dexterity check
Did you want me to help out
to
with
work
that?
with these compounds as you're bouncing down the road to make sure that you're mixing
like my
up in
best
the right
thing.
mixing them up in the right potion because Armaeus already knows how to make gunpowder because of his guns. So just to make sure, so
17.
18.
18. So no problem. It's like better. So you guys working together. By the time night begins to fall.
I meant that in a good
By
way.
the time night begins to fall, you have almost completed the conversion of the rest of the charcoal and the guano and the other compounds that you have you have maybe about 10 pounds of each material left to
We've
finish.
got about 40. We have like about 40 pounds of
You have
finished
about
product.
40 pounds. You have about 40 pounds of gunpowder now. Before it begins to get very dark. You pass a couple of travelers along the way.
I want to ask.
I'm right. I'm on the other.
I'm gonna. Salty Eye, did you save that eyeball?
I had no eyeball before.
Did you say what was left of it?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering.
There was no eyeball though. It's been missing.
Oh, okay. Well, if I cut one out of a sheep, can you use it?
A sheep?
Yeah, a sheep eyeball. Can you use it?
It's too late. I have a parrot now.
I know, but you can stick this in your butthole and freak people out when you go to bed with it.
Damn. Never thought
I'm
about seeing
kidding,
that kind of
not
eye,
that
pink
candy.
eye.
That's fantastic.
There you go. Look at this and look at this.
You see brown eyes,
where the
girl.
comedy never stops.
Just a little levity.
We're insane.
Okay, again, again, the sun having gone down. There's what would you like to do? You going to try to make camp for the night? What would you like to do? You want to keep trying to push through?
How far is it to the temple? How long was it? I forgot.
If you kept pushing through the night, you know that because you've made this journey before, riding at speed, it took a full day. If you keep going through the night, you could probably make it there sometime after midnight. If you wait till the morning, but you also know, because you're also going to be taking the same pass where you also ran into giants before. So, traveling in the dark, you know that traveling in the dark probably has more pitfalls. You can either push through or take your chances and go through the night. So what would you like to do? You wanted to make camp for the night? You want to keep pushing through? Would you like to? There are a couple of farmhouses within eyeshot of where you are now.
If we wait until morning, I can morph into another bird and fly ahead to make sure that there's no giants or any danger ahead. But at night, it'd be kind of hard to see any dangers at night.
You're a wizard, right?
Whatever you guys want to do, you tell me.
Can you make one of those domes
Yeah,
that nobody can get in?
Yes.
I've seen wizards do that before.
Yeah.
Is that something you can do?
Yeah, we can make a sanctuary, of course.
All right, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable.
My eye fucking hurts. I need to rest.
You don't have an eye.
My socket hurts.
Socket.
Oh, that's what
you
you're
got a
calling it
headache.
now, huh?
Okay, so as Vestamon goes and spends 10 minutes to cast his sanctum, you pull the horses and the wagons close together. You did not hear that. Again, the sanctum, the air around you shimmers for a second. As the sanctum takes hold, and you have a safe place to go ahead and bed down for the night.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Wait, we're safe in the sanctum?
I mean, things can still walk around outside.
Yeah, but they can't get in, right?
All right.
Doesn't matter.
We can
Sooner or
still
later,
make
that
sure
shit's
that
gonna go
they
away.
don't eat our horses or anything. You know.
Telling you, dude,
What?
you need to stop thinking that.
What? Oh, nobody can get inside?
That's like the worst kind of metagaming, man. That's the worst kind. It is like, because the second you think this can't happen,
Yeah, you give him the ideas.
Salty Eye is going to just lay down and
okay, as you find, like, actually the grass on the sides of the road nice and soft and everything, it's you can find a place. You've slept under the stars many times, and you can see the stars through the sanctum. The walls are not opaque, and actually quite clear, and it's a beautiful night out. It's a bit of chill to the air, and so you're laying down. So you're stretching out. You feel a little lump in your pocket, and you stick your hand in, and you pull your hand out, and it looks like Cog has tucked. She didn't want you to leave without your stuff, and she tucked what she dug out of it into your pocket before she crawled off of your chest. So you do, in fact, have what's left of your eye. It's right there in your pocket.
okay, she's gonna just put that right back in her pocket.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Would you, I have this piece of canvas here. Would you like to put it behind your back so you can kind of prop up so you're not laying flat on the ground? So, because I know the blood rushing to your eye socket there might hurt worse if you're laying flat. Maybe you want to prop up a little bit.
No, I'm fine. I need just to.
Okay, just trying to help.
I just
here.
need a
Just trying to
drink.
help.
I haven't had one in. How long have they been traveling?
How long have you been traveling
Like on the road.
for the rest of the day? You left around 2:00, traveling at a steady pace. You made a quick pit stop. What looked to you to be a woodcutter shop where they ran around behind there and then came back carrying a large bag.
Okay, yeah, she's
So
pretty much
it's-
sober at this point. She's kind of in a bad mood and it's kind of just laying there. And,
Here, I have some of this pure whiskey if you'd like a shot of it.
no, I'm going to sleep soon.
Okay.
I'll take it in the morning then.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, breakfast, yeah. Nothing like hardtack and whiskey.
And pocket bacon.
So, dang it. Okay, never mind. For another time, another session. Because again, so you're able to all get comfortable. Ivan taking the first watch. Okay. Again, perception check. As the rest of you fall asleep.
11.
11. Off to the side of the road, so as not to impede the traffic, there are a couple of people that are, they've got a wagon they come by. They've got lanterns on the front of the wagon. And in the back of their wagon, they have what looks to be a wooden boat as they're moving down. They're heading out in the late night hours. As they moves on by. Again, next watch. Who would you like to wake up to take the next watch?
I'll do it.
Mistios. Okay. You need sleep. Yeah,
I only need a short
okay.
rest.
I'm gonna grab like the Koifo's armor. And just kind of give him a little shake.
What?
You're up.
Get up. Alright.
I'll lay down exactly where he was.
Where the grass is nice and warm.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And how long was that first watch? How
4
long?
hours.
4 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Salty Eye's gonna wake up and just do a short rest. Is that okay?
You're taking a long rest right now.
She
by
wakes
sleeping?
up though,
Okay.
and she is just laying there watching Messieurs.
Okay.
Just this fucking bird.
No, she has eye patch on.
Okay. So go ahead as the night progresses and Ivan falls asleep. Make your perception check.
That's a 23.
23.
Yeah. Didn't know you were gonna roll that high. Okay.
You can see, even though you're safe and warm and dry, you're dry inside here, you can hear rain begin to fall tonight. You can see the trees begin to move back and forth, blowing in a harder breeze,
Do I notice anything with my... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and you become, as your senses become heightened, you become more alert because the rustling of the trees. You do spot like several large rodents that are like burrowing up from under the ground and coming up and feeding at night. And so the night passes. You spend the next couple of hours keeping an eye on the road. In this hour of the morning, there's pretty much nobody up. No more passers on the road. You spend the morning kind of keeping yourself entertained, watching these night-feeding rodents. As, again, the sun begins to peak in the sky, you guys able to all wake up, a long rest taken. The only person wounded really was you, and that was by your own choice.
Yes, it was.
Okay, you begin.
That's a true champ right there.
As you begin making your way, preparing yourself for the day. Okay, you have your morning breakfast, take your water skins, and refresh yourselves. Vestamon and Salty Eye share a quick drink of this incredibly potent whiskey to steel themselves for the rest of your journey. Again, you start just before the sun is fully up. You head east for another hour before you find the mountain pass that you took once before that led you up into the mountains. Perfect timing on the music. And again, from this vantage point, you can see, as you look back behind you, the rolling hills and the beauty that is the countryside here, the farm stretched out, dotting this countryside. The road that you are on, you can see a travel caravan of traders, carts heavy with goods as you make your way up, around, and to the familiar pass where you took a left. As you make your way up to, there's on your right is the Kinku Tavern on the left. As on your way back to, it's again.
Well, that's where the old wizard. That's where the old guy is. Isn't it?
That's where the magic shop was.
Magic,
the curiosities shop to your left, and the Kinku Tavern to your right. On your way back to the Temple of Resolve.
Out of curiosity, real quick, the caravan, the traders' caravans that we saw down the way, would they perhaps bear the mark of Longhorn traders?
Make a perception check with disadvantage from this distance, because you're up in the mountains now, looking back to the roads you just traveled.
Be a 9.
9. You can't tell from this far away.
Okay.
And it's
I was gonna poke fun at you.
Who are you asking?
Nothing. So, do we want to get lunch with or it's still morning, right?
Well, that's never
no,
happened.
but it's by this time it's kind of getting close to lunchtime. It's you're around 10:30, getting close to 11 sometime. It's not quite noon yet.
So is it
Yes.
Huh?
Good.
Is the what?
the temple's only about an hour or so away?
Yeah, the temple's really close by now.
But we gotta go in and see the old 7-foot,
I
the
would
old
like to.
giant. He's very informative gentleman.
He is.
While you guys
Is
go
this
there,
the guy that told me I was going to die?
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah, I think you got our fortunes mixed up.
Yeah, we could take a moment, yeah?
Yeah.
When you guys do that, I want to go to get some food. I want to go out to the
I'm going
Kinko
to.
Rod.
Yeah.
Go get some food.
I walk with Mistios.
We're going to.
I go with Miss
We're going
Diaz
to the tavern and go see the old giant.
Tavern first, then we all go together to see the giant.
Okay.
I wish to
Yeah.
get some warm food and
Yes.
some pocket meat.
I agree. Yes.
Groggily waking up, just following. I'm not even awake yet. What's going on, guys?
Oh, you've been sleeping in the back of the cart this whole time?
We're gonna go get some food. Come on.
She has her eye patch on.
So you walk up the building, still looking quite dilapidated, but the door looking somewhat fresh.
Oh yeah.
As you open the door, and there's the almost identical setting that you had seen before. When Kinku, resting kind of lazily in the corner, looks towards you and jumps up and begins excitedly gesturing his hands, calling out in a voice that's unfamiliar to you. They've come back! They've come back!
I raise my hand. Hello, my friend.
And
What's the voice that's
two
familiar?
more come back, and
not one
the two others.
Oh,
the
unfamiliar.
The two others that you had seen before turn and begin excitedly wiping down tabletops and bars and graciously and offering you seats.
I am not
Let's
ready
go.
for this. What the hell is going on here?
Don't worry, they're bird people. Just sit down
Yeah.
and eat.
The food's actually.
I'm not still
Bird
asleep.
people. She lifts up her eye patch. Do you like it?
Oh God. That's epic.
The fuck? They look at each other. The fuck? The fuck? in something that's distinctly Ivan's voice.
The fuck?
Fuck.
Salty eye puts it down like,
We've met these people once before. They're actually quite lovely.
Wait, they repeat everything?
Yes. Because they can't speak our language, so they just mock what we say.
That's what.
Oh, I'm going to have so
And
much fun with this.
they get these wooden mugs that are the tops of them are chipped, and they're like one of them is leaking a little bit out the bottom as they go and sit down, like some very heavy looking ale in front of each one of you.
Yeah, I nod. I nod a thank you to them. Take my mug.
I look at the table. Last time we were here, the tables were all carved up with different symbols and everything. Our table or the one next to us, do I happen to see this one?
Make a perception check.
I don't like when you say it like that. 11.
And scanning the tabletops, you spot something that looks familiar, something that you're looking for as the Kinku goes and sets the mug down right on top of it.
Thank you. As I lift it, I'm going to continue inspecting it.
You see, looks like hey, it's a crude scratching of something very similar to that.
My friend, last time I'm not going to say spoke, but the last time we had time with each other, you were able to scratch things off the table and communicate, correct?
Correct?
Do you know who carved that?
Looks at it, looks at you, eyes narrow for a second,
Never mind.
raises one hand and extends 3 fingers, missing 2 fingers. And you see at the end of it, there's like little scarred nubs.
These people attacked you.
Just as bad.
Is there anything you can tell me about them? Somehow?
You know who carved that on the table?
Yes, it's evil. Evil.
We were never here.
Do I recognize that voice well?
Do we recognize the voice?
That's what they told him. That's what they told him.
Was this a large person? Big teeth? Coming out the bottom?
We were never here.
He scared him bad.
Apparently. I'm sorry for what happened to your fingers, and I'll put a gold piece down.
They bring out some wooden bowls, just steaming with like a freshly made stew, and put it in front of each of you.
I'm eating.
Bad eating. Yeah, so Jack, these are very interesting people. Sometimes they're kind of funny. I didn't.
It's about to get a whole lot funnier.
Oh God.
Ivan.
I jump up and I start whispering to every one of them, jackass, shithead, fuckface.
Hey, Ivan. Maybe the old blind seer can tell us more about what you're trying to find out. He's very wise, you know.
Armaeus, these were also the birds who spoke in your mother's voice.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Um,
So that means
Put it back. Get off my
she
lawn.
was here at one time.
at least. I remember her saying something about moving north and starting a new life.
But it was in a place that was questionable.
I admittedly...
Don't forget, Armaeus. As soon as we take care of finding Pip and Roderick, I still have in my mind to help your mother.
That's my pussy.
That is still part of our plan. If we survive what we're going to do.
You kids get off my lawn.
I made a vow that I would help you, and I will.
Does Salty Eye still have her patch off?
No, I put it back.
I appreciate that, by the way, Vestamon. It's not the highest priority. I currently, in my mind, will get there when we get there.
Yes. Just remember that
right now, Pip is currently, to me and everyone else,
Yes.
our highest priority.
Of course.
Except for Mistios.
Pip and also Roderick.
Of course, Roderick.
I'm just playing.
Listen,
Yes,
I
my
don't
childhood
care about
friend. Roderick helped me get into wizard school, so I think they have him possessed also.
I mean,
Because his family was the Black Rose, and I think some evil organization has taken it over.
I mean, so we've at least figured out that the Black Rose is bad shit. Or at least they're involved in bad shit.
Yes.
They are
If-
poo-poo
if-
undies.
If Roderick is the man that you say he is, and that these people have claimed him to be, then I support you in helping him as well, Vestamon. We can proverbially, and I mean no offense, I say this to the bartender.
Yeah, because
we can kill two birds with one stone.
Because they've already
The
messed,
fuck?
they've already messed up
It's a figure of
our good
speech.
friend Salvador. Remember Salvador?
It's a figure of
They messed
speech.
him up pretty
I don't
bad.
sound like that.
They don't sound like that.
You know what? That's not nice.
The fog?
He's going to continue doing this. This is something he does, and he's quite good at it.
Mocking?
Yeah, well, they just
Yeah, I just went around the whole room giving them all cool
They
things
just
to
parrot
say.
whatever they hear other people say. They just say whatever they hear other travelers say.
Get your hand out of my mom's pussy.
Check.
Jack, please.
Do you?
I just want other people to have interesting things to hear when they come into
I
this
know, but
place.
still, Jack, please.
Now,
This is no time for that.
the
Your mother was a nice woman, and you're like wanting every man is to stick their head in the
Salty Eye hasn't touched any of the drink or food.
Got too excited.
I have no idea
This one
what you
almost fell off his roof.
I thought when you got that up, I thought you said dab, and I was like, I mean, sure. Oh God.
Horse stew, good way.
So,
Got so many chair problems.
Just from the Price family.
I'm good. So far.
Mistios,
The problem with his stool can't be seen.
What are you doing checking my stool?
oh, that's genuine good shit.
I know you said you'd look after me, son, but I mean, that's going a little too far.
Don't get me started.
Oh my god, dude.
All of a sudden the door gets. All of a sudden the door gets kicked. Yeah, goes flying open. Yeah, this burly looking guy. Yeah, it's got furs draped over his shoulders. This is the right place to come to get a bloody drink.
What is he? Is he a human orc or what is he?
So he appears to be human.
I tell Xenophon, I say, Xenophon, get ready. You may have to, tangle with this guy.
Hey, asshole, there's no reason to be a dick. We're all just enjoying a nice breakfast. These are good people.
Salty Eye looks at him like, why are you kicking in the door?
Look, I've been traveling for days. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry.
Get in line.
Do you brew the beers here? Or do you have them shipped in?
Does it matter?
They're not going to be...
Aye, it matters.
Salty Eye stands up with her mug and
I like my ale like I like my violence. Domestic.
This guy's okay.
Salty Eye stands up to
What
her.
is your name, my friend?
Dag.
He talks about beating his wife, and that's why I'm like, my friend.
Dang.
Say it with me, everybody.
Good. Before we stab you to death, why don't you have a drink with us?
Yeah.
Salty Eye stands up and takes her mug over to him and hands it to him.
Yeah, Vestamon comes over and says, "Here, have a drink, my friend. We like you. You're very out there." What's the name of this tavern we're at?
Wait, what was the name of this?
I don't think it had a name. It was just an outdated building.
There was a banner hanging from the
remember
outside
there was a
that I could. Oh, that's right. Nobody could decipher it. Nobody knew the language
Yeah.
it was written in.
The repeat tavern, since Xenophon's on here.
No, wait. I do remember.
Mm-hmm.
It was deciphered. It was all beaks, no speaks.
That's
Yep, that's right.
All beaks, no speaks.
So, Dag, what brings you here?
Food, drink. What brings you here, lovely?
Where are you from, my
He
friend?
says with smoke coming out of his face.
I'm traveling with these guys, but
Bet you
maybe
never.
we could do something together for a little bit.
I thought I was a hole.
And he turns up the ale and it spills out the sides of his mouth as he's chugging them. He's like, with a lovely lass like you, I'd do just about anything.
I lean into Salty Eye and be like, show me your parrot.
Salty Eye just glances over at you and just a little smirk. Dad, can I show you a trick that you might like?
Aye, lass. Show me all your tricks.
She lifts up her eye patch.
Fuck this, Ahmed! And he just doesn't react well to it. It is not something that is of the natural world. I cannot believe that people that look like that exist in a place where something as handsome as me is, as you can smell his breath and he's clearly a mountain man, is unbathed for days as he's
My friend, have another drink. Here, have another drink.
He snatches the cup out of your hand as he makes his way out the door. Look, my eyes. What have I seen? My eyes.
Oh,
and he staggers off.
And Salty looks back at everyone. How bad is it?
No, it worked out perfectly.
Salty, you look wonderful. Don't worry about him. He's just a crazy old mountain.
That's how we're gonna get out of all of our fights from now on.
Listen, you're gonna do well when we get to the city.
She pulls out her remaining eye socket. I need this back inside me.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
You're doing good.
This is a part of who you are now.
She puts it back.
You
You
just-
don't even know the real story. And she
She's
sits
actually
down and starts
transgender.
eating her soup.
You're okay, Sophie.
I mean, this is
You're
a good
okay.
place for good place for us to learn
tell,
about it.
tell stories. We want to know.
Hey, wait.
But just keep your
I
eyes
gotta
back
pay
on
for this
one.
asshole's beer, and he
She
just
puts it back on
and he
and
just left.
I'll buy you another restaurant.
I know it doesn't matter. I'm just saying. I was gonna try to make friends with him and find out things, but you know.
Well, fuck it.
Let's
We're
go
about to learn about Salty Eye.
Yeah.
what do you want to know?
Salty Eye, don't worry, Salty Eye. When we get to the big city, and since you know the Black Rose, you can show them everything you got, and we can get over on them. Or you can get over on them.
Well, let's,
She hasn't had much to drink, and you can tell that she is sober.
well, I mean, why
Oh
don't
no, she's sober quick.
why don't we start with what got you into working with the Black Rose on the ship?
Flog him?
She like her face goes really stern, and she seems like she doesn't want to say too much, but she kind of has her head down and just eats her soup. And
Let me
I
guess.
was sold into slavery about 15 years old by my father, and her hands are kind of shaking, like she's upset. I was a pirate for a couple of years.
Is
She was
that,
quiet, and
We did the pirate thing for a little while.
yeah, is that how you lost your eye?
no, I lost my eye years after the pirates.
What happened to your eye? Can we talk about that part?
A bandit took it.
Hate bandits.
I was enslaved by them for feels like an eternity, but it's probably about 2 years. He took my eye when I tried to escape his sex slave.
Oh, much darker than I thought.
I hate slavers.
I walk over
He's
and
dead now.
I walk over and I squeeze her shoulder and say,
Must feel good though.
"We care about you, Salty Eye. We really do. So, we're glad you're with us."
How do you feel about our little group? Do you feel like you have a right place here?
Well, considering I've already almost died twice with you guys.
Well, that's just a side effect of our being with us. It happens to everyone.
Trust me.
Everyone that joins this group.
I haven't had this kind of friendship since I was a pirate, and you guys have all treated me well.
That's good.
We do the best we can to not fuck over people who don't need to be fucked over. At least that's what we like to
We
try.
do kill a few innocent people along the way, but that's just a side effect of our business.
Ever since I escaped the bandit,
Beware, Jack.
I've been actually searching for something.
Searching for someone?
My father.
You know, Ivan's looking for his dad.
Oh, you want to kill your dad too?
Oh no.
No,
Oh, that was good.
no, quite the opposite actually. I feel like we're going to need him if we want to live at this point.
You want to kill your dad?
Yeah. He's the reason why I
he's a
am.
soldier.
You sold
Yeah.
them
I
into
am.
slavery.
Yeah.
That was pretty evil of a person to sell their child into slavery.
You guys were starving, I imagine.
No.
why, then would he
My
sell you?
father's a dickhead, that's why.
That'll do it every time.
So you come from a well-to-do family?
I wouldn't say family, I would say traveling mercenaries.
Hey,
I see.
I travel with mercenaries a lot. Yeah.
Did
What's
the
your father-
mercenaries rape you?
No, I lucked out on that part. Yeah. Yeah. I lucked out.
He was one of the rapists.
Trust me, my band of mercenaries weren't like that. We dealt with the paranormal and we dealt with slavers. Well,
Hey, what, you dealt with them how?
Shanky Shank.
Maybe you met her father.
What, I mean, how did you wind up here as opposed to somewhere waterborne and with a port and working with the sea?
Everyone thinks I'm dead.
Must be nice sometimes. Are the Kinku listening, by the way?
Every word.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Nobody here cares.
Bye. At least we're far enough away and
Well, Santiago, we can't promise that you won't die in our company. But we promise, as long as you're with us, we will try our best to keep you as safe as possible.
My only
and
goal
you know,
at this point
Rob.
is to kill my father.
Okay, well, if
And you guys are strong enough, I feel like if we run into him one day, then
if we run into him,
Is
you do what you need to do.
your father a strong man?
yes.
Oh, cool. Should be fun.
He's not that strong, but
He's at least an elf or a human. At least.
do you have any idea where he lives? What kind of city? Any leads to go on?
the last time I saw him, I was just at harbor and I don't really remember what town it was in. I was drunk, of course.
I
But we
see.
had my ship and we had ported there, and he was there, saw me, attacked me.
Wait a second.
Hey, there's a. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me just see if I can get this correct, and you tell me if I'm right. Your dad was an elf. And he was ashamed of you, so he sold you. Am I getting warm? Because half-breeds and elves... Yeah. I understand.
You know, there's a guy right next door who can tell you more about your own life. Might be able to help you out.
He
Yeah.
told me I was gonna die last time.
Wasn't that Olga?
No.
No.
I mean,
That was Salty.
perhaps your fortune has changed. Technically,
Yes,
you almost
let's
did.
find out from him.
Technically, I
You already did.
did die.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, we almost all died, so maybe he.
Yeah, for real.
So, shall we?
Yeah, I'd like to go talk to him again and just see what's transpired since then. He's a man of great insight. For a blind, he's a blind seer. I mean, it's just he, as a wizard, he amazes me with his knowledge.
Ask him to find where you find your elven dad. See if you can see that.
Let's go next door real quick.
Yeah,
So we all start walking?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool.
I throw a few
We're
gold
desperate.
pieces on the bar for the. I want to throw some gold down, a couple gold pieces down for the magpies.
I give him 20 gold, just feeling a little sympathetic.
20. Boy, you're real generous.
I see the generous offer and I'm like, well, that covers our meal. I guess the company covers it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey.
I'm gonna take my
Not-
2 gold
the
back.
company, the company does, and Armaeus does.
They become visibly excited. The one who sang you the song last time comes up and throws his arms around you and hugs you.
I was gonna throw him a couple of coppers.
Damn.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for breakfast, buddy.
And he,
That's the one with the missing fingers?
huh?
That was the one with the missing
The
fingers?
one with the missing fingers was the one that was serving you food. The one who sang to you the last time you were here is slightly smaller. Just whistled a beautiful tune to you, and as you are patting him on the shoulder, and you're like you're welcome. He puts his beak up and whispers in your ear, "The fuck." and backs up. As you make your way across to the curiosity shop.
What is this guy? Is he
He's Goliath.
this whole 7 foot tall? What is he?
Goliath.
I mean, is he a wizard? Is he a seer?
You don't
Is
know
he
that.
Because he's very wise.
Open the door.
And the very large child that you saw before sitting on the counter. Oh, hi.
Hello, my boy. How are you?
Good. Wasn't expecting you guys back for like another week or two.
Yeah,
A little earlier than expected, but
our timeline was pushed forward as it were. Tell me, is Gravoli still up?
Yeah, he's in the back. Yeah. Would you like to talk to him?
yes, please tell him we'd love to see
He
him.
swings his flags over the counter. It's like, hey, Grandpa, you're here. Or Uncle. That's right. It's his uncle. It's Uncle. They're here.
Gravoli?
Gravoi. Gravoi.
Yeah.
Gravoi.
Ravioli, are you
Like,
here?
it's that G ravioli.
It's the homie G.
Say, I want to ask.
Oh, me G ravioli.
What's the nephew's name? I can't remember from last. What's your name again, son?
Mud butt.
That's what you said.
Jacob.
I don't.
I don't have
My
any
name's
more.
Jacob. Thank you.
Say Jacob.
You have the most normal
do you
name.
have you inherited any of the gifts that your uncle has?
I don't know. Maybe it'll develop in time because my height sure didn't. As he's standing almost the same height as you.
Yes.
That's a big boy.
Oh, yes. I think you will. Okay. Does Gravoli come out?
And
Uncle, are you here?
as you hear the against the stone, the whites of his eyes come, all hazy and milky. Points his cane over across the counter. You survived.
So far, Gravoli. So far.
I was talking to her.
Well, you're
What happened? What happened to your eye?
I got a parrot.
Should get something and clean the edges. You don't want that wound turning septic. I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
May I ask you something, Gravoli? Do you have anything in your magical shop here that Salty Eye could put in her eye where she could see far down the road or into the future? Any type of anything that she could use?
Don't really sell magic items. I sell magical components. Anything you need to make magic items.
I understand.
But no, to answer your question more directly, I'm afraid I do not.
Okay, I was just trying to. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see if you had it.
Yes.
Okay. Didn't we want to come ask him a few questions?
Gravoy, we find ourselves on the way to the temple once again, but this time I don't think we're going to be back for a while. I was wondering if you could do that thing again where you see a potential future, I think you called it. Are you up for the task?
Who has a future that is in question?
All of us.
All of
but
Me.
specifically, Mistios.
You think you got 2 in you?
Does a one-legged duck swim? No, they just drown.
He cracks his neck. It's early in the day. I can do too.
All right.
You want
See
to go
some
first?
fortunes. Oh no, I'm good. No, you two go.
Okay.
I know my future. Not really.
Oh, sorry.
Are you saying
I know
us
if you-
two?
No.
I would
Salty
like to
eye
have
and
my
Okay,
damage
okay.
done again. Because I
Although Jack, I'd like to know a little bit about eventually.
Oh, you weren't with us here last time, were you?
Nope.
No, I was here as the other character.
Yeah.
Nameless was here before.
Yeah.
Who is first? Please, come here. As he waves these massive hands to wave you forward.
Do you want to go first?
Why not? He's probably just gonna tell me I'm going to die from stealing a weird frog. Or from killing a king's frog. I hate pets. He will own a zoo. Fuck! Sorry, go
And he
ahead.
takes wraps his large hands around your head, and firm grip, and pulls you to him. And for a second, his eyes flutter, the lids flutter. You'll have a choice.
I wonder.
To save the world or become a god.
Just in case you're wondering, you become a god every time.
To make the choice to become a god, you may forsake everything and every life that is in this plane on this realm.
See, you can rule another plane.
Interesting. Thank you, sir.
And Salty Eye is still sober. So she doesn't smell like alcohol this time.
Mentally, I'm just thinking, everyone's gonna die.
Who's next? Please come forward.
I'm next.
And he reaches out and takes your hand. You live a life bent and driven by revenge. But you find that revenge tastes as burnt ash in your mouth and is not nearly as sweet as you think it is. That circumstances may call you to forgive so that you may face down an even greater foe than your own need for justice.
Okay, she turns back and looks right at Ivan.
Hi.
I'm done here. And she walks out.
You want to ask him anything about Pip or where we're going? Or can he see that?
No, I get the. Well, we asked him once before. The person has to be here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's too far too far away. Okay.
Gravoy, I don't know anything about what you do, but from wherever you get your power, your gifts, I ask that you pray on our behalf as we go to Premier to try to combat something bigger than ourselves.
He reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder. Kind of locks for a second. The weapon you had. Do not assemble it. Do not assemble it.
The blade?
The weapon.
Oh, the gauntlet?
Yes. A silver. Mithril gauntlet. If not assembled correctly, in the right order, in the right place, at the right time, can bring chaos to all magic. Let's go.
You know of the Gauntlet of Mistra.
I've seen it. I've seen it in my mind.
Cool. Because we had that stolen from us.
If the two pieces are brought together, they have to be put together in the Giant's Forge.
Giant's Forge?
In the Giant's Forge.
Where's this? Do you know? This is really important because we know that
If
the
they're
people
put together outside of the Giant's Forge, it can undo the weave. The weave that was created by the goddess Mistra that holds all magic intact.
Do you think?
Esteban, you wouldn't have powers anymore.
You think it's that dwarven forge that we had indeed too that we gave to Xenophon?
The Giant's Forge.
Yeah, that's a dwarven forge.
Is this Giant's Forge of legend or is it of?
It seems in my mind to be an actual physical place, but clouds surround it.
What type of?
I can't see its location. There are clouds all around it. It's clouded. My vision of it is clouded.
Are we close to it? Is it on this continent? Is it...
This much I cannot see. The clouds are too many.
Interesting.
Can I, does that sound familiar to me?
I feel like the best... Okay, go ahead.
Does that sound familiar to me? You read my backstory, whatever I gave you, right?
Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever you gave me.
Man, I am not good at writing stories. I just put bullet points in.
I basically did the same thing.
That's okay. I love backstories like that because there's a lot more that I can fill in.
Maybe
You're a better storyteller than I am by fucking far.
maybe it's in Cormier,
Make a...
where we're going.
Well,
History check.
the thing is that we're on the way to go save Pip, and at the same time, we know that the people who took the gauntlet are with Pip, or at least going to the same
and
place.
the jeweled heart.
Yes.
I think we need those two back together.
If we don't have to get both as long as
in
we
the
can,
right order.
we don't need both as long as we can get one at least.
I get a 20.
That's the biggest thing. Is that as we keep it from happening.
Yes, I mean, of course. That was my mission all along. Before I even met you people. I agree 100%.
You do remember hearing tales as a child, having lived so long among bards and hearing many, many stories, that there is a place where the giants will have, where they reestablish their pecking order every year to make sure that that their particular rules are being followed. And there is actually among a high mount surrounded by clouds a city of giants.
You guys heard all that? I relayed all that to you guys.
Oh no, you're not getting off that easy. Tell them what you fucking know.
Damn it, he's calling me on it.
I'm kidding.
So, for the sake of my notes, City of Giants, high in clouds. Was there a key point location?
420 cloud.
That was one thing that he didn't know.
Got it.
That's one thing he did. It is a city of legend.
Okay.
That the bards told tales about.
I think the answer's actually in my duck, and we just have to crack it open.
Oh, speaking of ducks, I need one.
Why?
She's earned her way in.
I'm outside.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're your ducks, but this
I'll
is...
hand it to her personally.
Aye.
Stop touching my duck!
She has no idea what the significance of the duck is, so.
It identifies.
But, Gravoy, do you know anything of importance going on right now in, Cormier? We're going to learn more information and perhaps make some moves in that city.
Cormier.
Aye. And Suzel.
His hands along. Puts his hand up on the shelf. He pulls down a book. Dust flies off of it. He's like, all I know of Cormier is in this book, and he hands it to you, and as you take it, little bits of leather begin to fall off the binding. It's a very old book.
Oh, I love old books.
Okay.
Very gently.
Smell it.
I'm Xenophon. I'm gonna repair the book so it doesn't fall apart.
You gonna use mending on the?
Yeah, I'm gonna use mending on it.
Fucking
Excellent.
good idea.
I'm Xenophon. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mend
No,
it.
do the Minnesota accent. Come on, don't try to sound like a girl. Try to sound like you're from Minnesota.
Yeah, doesn't sound like a girl from Minnesota.
Man, fuck Minnesota.
Fuck Minnesota.
Girl from Minnesota.
I'm going. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
You're good at this. You're good at this.
Oh, I'm going to mend your book.
Spot on. I tell you what.
Your book?
Give yourself. I'm gonna write it down for you. Where's the code? Just for that excellent role play, you're gonna get 2 inspiration points to use at some point.
Nice.
Damn.
So you can use them one at a time or both of them at once to add to
Clearly
any
the rest of
roll.
us haven't really been. Clearly the rest of us haven't been
role.
role playing very well because we don't get random inspiration points.
You saw how I was role
Put a
playing.
parrot in my eye.
Yeah.
One inspiration point. Wait.
And I still haven't.
You're your own inspiration.
You got a goddamn interdimensional hamster.
Yeah, you got your. Hey, at least you got.
I want the world.
Sophia walks back in and looks around for a
You
mirror.
got an integral
For a mirror?
hamster.
There are
Yeah, we'll
tons
see.
of shiny objects in here. There's
Okay, she goes over to check her eye.
Wait, you went outside.
she just said she came back in.
What are you doing?
She's looking for there. You're looking around. You do see there is actually a small, it's very ornately ornate silver around the edges. There is a hand mirror sitting on one of the shelves, covered in dust. But you pick it up and brush the dust off of it. Hold it up to your face. What do you do? I mean, you can see the eye patch. You can see.
Okay, I lift the eye patch to look at the parrot.
And it's actually pretty fucking cool. It's like, I don't know what that old dude freaked out about because it's pretty fucking rocking. It's as you lift it up, and the sunlight coming through the fucking through the high windows, kind of like a shaft through the dust hits it. The light hits it. It does the thing where it goes, but it lifts its wings once and spins around it and locks, and you can hear it because it's so close to your ear canal. You can hear it as it makes a revolution once in your head.
She puts the mirror down. Fuck you guys, this is cool as shit.
Didn't I tell you?
We told you. We agreed with you.
No, not Ivan. Ivan didn't think so.
Well, I mean,
I told you so.
he'll come around.
Ivan's not getting any.
Bullshit!
Why did that guy run off like that?
Well,
Vanilla people are often very easy to freak out.
I don't know if he was vanilla. Smell like a chocolate pudding. That's what he smelled.
He was a mud pie.
So, is there anything else that you would like to do while you're here?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm ready to go to the teleportation device area thing that I don't know exists.
I don't remember. Last time we were here,
We just went left.
did I show... did I show Gravois my journal? I don't remember if I did or not.
yeah, you should.
No, you did not.
Well, since
Magic book.
since we're planning on leaving Gravois, there's something that's been puzzling me for fucking months. I have my father's what was his prayer book but turned into his journal. He was once a part of a traveling band of monster hunters, as it were, and the book itself seems to be consuming knowledge from other things. It's only happened once, but we found a cursed tome that changed the whole environment it was sitting in. And we survived that, and I took the book and I slept with the two books next to each other, and when I woke up, they became one. I don't know what the blind man can do with a book, but is there anything you can tell me about this? And I'll pass it over.
As you're holding it, he touches it. You feel like a tingling in your fingers, like a slight electricity. As he, no, you can't let go of it. You're both bound to it for a moment. This is as he lets go. Whoever is writing in that book is in grave danger.
Grave danger. In the bag. Shipped on a stick. Boy, I've been making entries in it as well. Is there someone on the other side who can see what I'm writing?
Have you made all the entries in it?
Not all of them, but I've made
Well, then
quite
it's
a few.
You or whoever is writing in it, or has written in it, someone that is connected to this book.
Is this something demonic in nature? Is it something... what nature of creature is doing this?
He lifts his head so that his face is... he's just like 6 inches from your face. His huge face, his milky white eyes, looking to you and then through you. He says, I feel that death may already be upon them.
We'll have to find out then.
Freak out!
Try to have a serious moment.
Thank you, Gravois. This has hopefully answered some questions.
Jack sitting back
If you
looking at
don't-
all this.
If you don't mind, I am very tired. I think I must take my rest. And as he
Thank you, Gravois. We appreciate all of your help.
turns and
I wonder why prophecies and fortunes aren't always like happy. They're always very sad.
Because it's
How do you think fortune tellers stay in business?
Okay,
You will
we
grow
should-
old and
we should
happy
get to the
with
temple.
5 kids.
As he walks back to the back, he says, "Safe travels, my friend." And he closes the door.
So he walked back.
And he walked back to the back again. And his nephew, whose name is,
Jacob.
goes, "That was cool."
Man, he's a very special man.
Yeah.
Jacob, has he ever read your fortune?
No, he hasn't.
Might want to ask him.
I don't think I want to after what I just saw. Hey, I'm sure he noticed the dust by now, so he hasn't touched those shelves in a long time. If I don't get busy and clean it up, probably gonna catch hell in the morning. So he's supposed to be my chores.
Are you kicking us out, Jacob?
No. I'm just telling you, I gotta get to dusting.
Okay.
Well, we should go anyways.
To resolve?
Yeah.
To resolve.
Let's
As he
let's
begins-
you and I sit in the back of the wagon and
he
study
begins
this book.
dusting everything off the shelves and kicking up a cloud. As he starts choking on it a little bit as the sun that's coming through the windows that had sparkled off of your eye parrot begins.
Ah, yes, very apparent.
You see like big swirls of dust going up into the air.
Jacob, this is going to sound extremely weird. Does your uncle have any books on demonic beings?
It's on demonic beings?
Or possibly summoning demons?
You want to summon a what?
Don't worry about it.
Ivan?
I can tell you some of the ritualistic things to be done.
He has one of all the fancy books in here, leather bound. There's one very simple. It looks a very plain, looks almost like a journal instead of a book. That's is right here. It's gonna be 50 gold.
50 gold?
Which is a bargain because it's one of a kind.
For fun, can I make an insight check on that to see if it is one of a kind? Or is this a mass-produced?
You can make an insight check. You can even inspect it if you want to.
I will inspect it. Just
Here you go.
He takes it. Okay.
specifically, I'm looking to see if does it give detailed instructions? Like, does it show like draw this pentagram to summon this
So
deity?
as you take the book with nothing on the cover and you open it up, there's a language you do not understand. You do not comprehend.
Okay. Yeah, it seems appropriate for something like this.
But there are what you've seen in Vestamon's books, what looks like all kinds of runes and weird. I mean, there's shapes, and it's.
Can Armaeus understand it?
And
What languages do you speak?
I can cast understand language if you need my help.
please.
Well,
We're all just gonna sit around and talk about summoning
infernal, and
demons?
orc. Common, infernal, orc.
Nope, and it makes no sense to you whatsoever.
So we're all just gonna sit around and talk about summoning demons like it's no big deal?
It's
And
I'm curious what he's getting at.
You can't even read it. Let's just go to the temple.
Yeah, let's you and I.
So you take your new book and tuck it into your bag.
oh no, I'm gonna hold it up. I'm gonna like because Missios does not understand a fucking thing that's in this book.
Okay.
So he's just turning it upside down and trying to. Maybe if I scrunch the pages together, maybe they form a word.
Okay.
Nice.
I will take Vestamond up on his offer, and we're going to.
Damn it!
You cued that one. We're gonna sit in the back of the carts, and we're gonna go over this book together
For the next hour?
for the rest of the trip.
Okay.
Ah.
So as you
Um,
take off up the road towards the temple, you get yeah, you get to the top of the hill. Vestamon sitting there, casts comprehend languages on it.
I'm talking about Ivan's journal.
Oh, Ivan's journal.
Yeah, no. As I said, I'm still trying to like
Okay,
mash it together.
So what are you guys going to try to do with the journal?
I was hoping to see Vestamon. Do you remember when we were dealing with your journal that was locked? In your knowledge, do you have a way of seeing who is on the other side of this thing?
I can try. All I can do is try and see. You know, I can just cast my spell over it and see if I can unlock who's on the other side.
And just any information, if this is the writing of my father, or something else, I would like to know.
So
I'll hand
so
it
what
over to
are you going to do today? What are you going to do? Are you going to try to scry who's on the other side?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see what. I'm gonna try to cast some type of spell over this book to see if I can see who's on the other side, who's the other author of this book.
Then when I see
Stephen
Salty
King.
Eye, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm just I'll chuck something at you." Congratulations.
What is this fucking duck?
Just take it.
Can I see?
Why?
It's a part of my guild, so that way everybody here knows you are one with my people.
He stares at you for a second and
If you don't want the duck, then give it back.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay. What's your spell save? What's your spell save?
It should be on there.
Oh, wait.
It's right here, dude. Your spellcasting is 13.
Okay. Oops. Okay. So, what are you going to be using to scry? You need something shiny. Xenophon shield again?
Yeah.
shield.
Or you can do my eyeball.
Yes. You could totally scry. You could totally scry and.
No, it is my shield.
Looking directly into
I
her
don't
socket,
want,
like, what do I see?
that parrot reflected in the scribe. You know,
I can take the parrot out.
no, that's okay.
Oh, please
Yeah.
leave it there.
Okay.
I might want to stick my finger in your
Here
eye.
is your.
It's all metal.
Okay. So that's the polished edge of Xenophon's shield.
You can borrow my shield.
Dude. All right, you can give back those inspiration.
Oh, come on!
And taking a few minutes to pull up the arcane knowledge and work the magic in your mind. Just as you're cresting the hill, the city of or the Temple of Resolve, the formidable tall statue coming into view. The clouds form over the shiny part of the shield, and there before you, in the image, it's the familiar image, the familiar face of your father.
Papa.
Ivan, is this what you're looking for?
I haven't seen that face in 15 years.
As it begins to pan back slowly.
Is he in a structure? Is he outside? Is he?
It does look like he is indoors.
Anything? Is there anything identifying? Any like a decorative painting on the wall? Anything like that? You know, maybe a God forbid a map.
As he pans back a little bit further, he's standing with his hand on top of a coffin.
He's working.
He turns.
Daddy's working.
turns and looks behind him. And gives a quick smile. Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Nice.
25 total.
Clearly see that there's something in his smile that wasn't there before. A very large set of fangs. As he races, he swipes his hand one time, and the image is swiped away from Xenophon's shield.
You had a set of fangs? Is that what you said?
Is his dad a dragon?
Dad's a dragon, but he's got fangs. That means he's got really big fangs.
Dealt with this before, haven't we?
Your dad always been a vampire, buddy?
That means like a sucky bloody
Not the
fang.
time, Jack.
Don't you have fangs, Ivan? She looks.
I have
Do you
sharp
think-
ass teeth.
Ivan,
Aye.
do you think he has become the evil that you have always fought against?
It would appear
A
that way.
vampire?
Do you think that, hold on, before we jump to any conclusions, your father doesn't, from what you've told him about us, he doesn't seem like he's a dumb man. He seems like he knows what he's doing. Do you think he could be using this to possibly give him an advantage in fights?
That's a good point. Fight fire with fire.
And that's why I was made.
Made? Interesting choice of words.
You're made to fight.
I was made to fight that. Specifically.
So, in other words, are you going to have to fight your father?
Yeah, probably.
We'll find that if I ever speak to him.
Okay, whatever it takes.
He's a very methodical man.
We're all in this together, so whatever happens, happens. Let's go find Pip, resolve that, and then from there we'll make our next decisions of what to do. Pip and Roderick down and see and then we'll see.
I agree.
Because we have to survive that first.
This doesn't change anything. We still continue on our path. We do what we do.
Because,
We help who we can.
yes, because your love for Pip shows that you're an honorable man, a dragonborn, and that
You can call me
Dragon
a
Man.
man. It's okay.
And you know, and I think that your father is honorable too because you took after him. You just don't know what kind of danger he may be in.
Agreed. But we'll find it out.
But we can try to find it out once we take care of this other business.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're very welcome.
This answered.
You're very welcome. I would do anything for my friends here. And before you were just my companions, but now you're my friends.
And you still like to stab people. I'll and I'm extending my hand to shake.
Only when they need it.
He's trying to shake your hand.
You going to leave? Okay. I was gonna say you're gonna leave me hanging.
Yes.
How close are we to
Yay, bonding!
How close are
You
we?
are actually you can see the temple now. You can make your way down the hill as this last revelation takes a moment to soak in. You make your way down and exit the carts and it's complete silence outside the temple, aside from the whispering, the soughing of the wind across this plain. High in between, you've got the tri-spines that go up. There's a mountain range to your left and your right. The temple is before you as Armaeus, hamster on his post, and he goes and slings the doors open. And again, the same scene as before, where people are just coming and going, and you see a very familiar form, Mushka, turn. Ah, friends. Where are we going today? And that's where we're gonna call it a night because I am fucking exhausted.
Hey, can we do one more thing real quick?
Sure.
Already forgot the fucking person's name.
Mushka.
Mushka. I gotta ask something of you. This is a pretty remote area, this Temple of Resolve, right?
Yes.
And we're completely surrounded by woods, correct?
Surrounded by mountains. Yes.
Okay. I need you to take me somewhere. Can you take me... Can you walk me somewhere a quarter mile from the distance of this temple here? Somewhere just desolate where people will least likely be able to find us. I need something I need to do, or at least point me in the direction.
Quarter mile. You'll need to go to the mountain peaks there.
Okay. Okay. Guys, I'll be right back. It'll only be a moment. And I tell the hamster to stay here. And I'll start heading in the direction that he pointed, pacing my steps along about a quarter mile out.
Okay.
So if I continue forward, try and make sure that if I look around me in any direction, I don't see anybody or no signs of life whatsoever.
Make a perception check.
This is about to be so badass.
21.
20. Doesn't appear to be anybody as you're marching along.
Okay. Like, I want to be like a distance away from any sign of life.
Okay. You
So-
begin making your way up into the foothills of the mountains as you cross the plain.
Okay.
The wind whipping through your hair, whipping your trench coat. And it's the wind. You have a long coat on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you make your way, picking your way through the rocks up, it takes, because this is rough terrain, it takes you about an hour to get up into the mountains, and you find a little spot where it's quite secluded.
Okay. From here, I'm just going to find a soft bit of dirt
Okay.
where I'm at, and I'm just going to stab my hangman's post there as hard into the ground as I can.
So, kicking around, you find a spot in between a couple of the rocks. It looks like it's kind of hidden from view. Make a strength check.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, that's a 3.
It bounces off to the side.
Can I try again? I'll dig if I have to.
Another strength check.
Okay. Okay, 15.
And thunder strikes, and clouds begin rolling. The sky begins to darken.
Look around me, make sure there's still no signs of life in any direction.
Make another perception check.
Fuck. 13?
13.
Yeah.
13. The only signs of life are birds in the distance that are now fleeing. They look like they're a dozen or so birds that look like they're fleeing from what appears to be a very severe oncoming storm.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at the hangman's post for a second, just remember it, you know, the area that I'm in, how I got here. And I'm just gonna say, and I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna turn around and just walk back to the Temple of Resolve.
As you turn to walk away, you hear in your mind, listen, don't you even think of leaving me. We have a deal.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Make a wisdom save as you make your way down.
you want to look at this?
I see it. Ooh. It rhymes with Juan.
That's a 1.
Oh no!
Completely against your will, your body turns and makes its way back up. You grab the hangman's post and wrench it from the ground. And for the first time, the post itself, you hear, unaudible, not in your head, but in front of you, sound coming from it.
Fuck.
And then back inside your head, it's back inside your head, you hear, I am your home.
I'll find a way to get rid of you. Just you wait. And I'll walk back to the party.
As you make your way back down the hillside, as you're making your way down, as soon as your feet, or you get about halfway back down, your feet hit rock one time, and you feel the entire mountainside. As you turn and look, and where you had been standing previously, back up the hillside, a huge bolt of lightning slams into the earth, and hidden rocks become pebbles begin scattering down the mountainside after you.
With that information, I'm just going to keep walking, try to keep as steadfast as possible until I get back to the Temple of Resolve.
As you guys are now, Moshka is back inside. You see, coming from down the distant hillside, you see Armaeus come walking back, post slung over his shoulder, a determined look on his face. His expression, while dark before, he was irritated with the pace at which you all were moving. He now is still dark, something definitely weighing on him, but his mood is shifted as he makes his way up and approaches you.
Can you hang yourself with your own post?
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
I thought about it. Not gonna lie.
That's where I thought that was going, to be honest.
I thought it was about to power surge and make an avalanche.
When they said he was hung, I didn't know that's what they were talking about.
Sorry guys, I just needed a moment to myself. Are we ready to go now?
That lightning that came down, was that you?
It was an accident, yes. At least I didn't change again. That's what I was really worried about.
So before in the keep, that wasn't your boom boom thing going crazy. That was you. You tried to shoot me?
No, I did not try to shoot you. The few times that I used the hangman's post, the lightning that I can shoot from it, I could feel like hands crawling in the back of my head, almost trying to take my mind over. It's like in my brain almost, and I've managed to push it away before, but something about that last battle, I was too weak. It took me over. I was hit with a blind rage, and my body was under someone else's control.
Which is something that you would know about. That is definitely in your father's writings, and it is definitely something that you would know about.
Yeah, that's absolutely a part of your deal or your contract, as it seems. So whatever they gave you for doing that, it has a price attached.
I tried to get rid of it just now, and it literally turned me around and snatched it back up. I was going to leave it desolate, away from civilization, nowhere to be found. Forced me to pick it back up and keep doing what I'm doing.
Could you have tried to have left it in the actual temple, and maybe one of the people there could try to help you overcome this?
I couldn't risk killing all those people. That lightning would have struck this very place. It was huge. It literally took chunks of the mountain out. You guys couldn't see. Oh, you probably.
Yeah,
I mean, you heard it.
We
but,
fucking saw it.
Okay, cool. You saw it.
I mean, yeah, it's only a quarter mile away.
Lightning,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can see that shit for miles. Yeah.
Armaeus, we're going to help you. We will find out what to do. There's a way out of this. There has to be.
So that's not magic. You're just not magic.
No, I'm the furthest thing from magic.
Same.
This is demonic power.
Just like before when we talked to the demons, you have fulfilled your obligation to them. They're just holding this over you now.
You can't make deals with
They're
demons.
using you now. We have to find a way to break that spell they have on you.
Exactly.
Because you have fulfilled your obligation to them.
I was hoping to kill that demon, but he was too powerful for all of
I
us.
understand.
Even Ember herself just backed up.
Yeah, I understand.
From my experience, you can't make deals with demons.
No, they're cunning. They're ancient. They're
Moshka says from behind you, says, can't make deals with demons or devils. So, friends, where are we traveling to today? Boom.
Sorry for holding that one off.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
No, that was
I've literally been waiting. I've been waiting 3 weeks to be able to try and do that.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, you can try it again. You know, this isn't all the time.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You can try it again.
I mean, you could always try
That's
to,
my wisdom save.
I mean, you can always try to hook it like in a river or something.
I know, just like throw it and just start running.
Yeah, for a split second, I thought you were gonna hang yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
I was like, damn, dude.
I will go to Mordor myself if I fucking have to.
All right, so if anybody's out there still watching, man, thanks for sticking around.
Man, this is a good session tonight, man.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see
right.
what they
I
got
got
this.
My fucking head is exploding right now.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, you guys figured out ways to make lots and lots of what?
Follow us.
Yeah, hey, hit that follow button. Doesn't cost you a dime. We're here every Sunday.
Damn it.
Hey,
Around 8.
Don't forget now. When we get,
Around 8.
don't forget
Somewhere in that.
Don't forget when we get to Cormier, Misty Eye or
Salty eye.
Crack Eye, whatever her name is.
Parrot eye.
Dude, that was so metal. That was like,
She can help. She can help.
that
us
was so cool.
She can help us. She can help us to do's and overcome.
Did you see me, like-
something like Rose?
Sitting there, I was like, wait, I can do something with my eye.
Yes, that was when you
That
like,
was
can
excellent.
you do
You played
something
it real
about
good
this?
tonight. That was
And
really
I was thinking about this particular like her experience with gnomes and clockwork and all that. I was like, okay, well, she can't make her see again. She can do something. It's not going to be painful. I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be painful.
Well, that's why I want to find somebody, some magic user to give her some kind of thing in her eye where she can see into the future.
I said we put a ruby in it and you
I mean,
become Cyclops.
that sounds really cool, but that sounds like high level shit. At that point.
I know.
Well, we're gonna be here.
See,
every
and-
time.
Wait, you know what? We got plenty of time to theorize until next week goes. Well, we won't know anything until the dice rolls. So,
Yeah,
see you next Sunday, everybody.
that was excellent.
Bye-bye, have a good time.
That was really
We
good.
gotta throw a raid out to
now you got me curious
time.
of why you want that.
Hey,
Hold on,
we're about to
hold on.
throw. We're about to throw a raid out. Watchtower R. He's a really cool guy. Partnered, friends with Jazzy, ourselves as well.
Yeah.
Watchtower. Yeah, he's playing a fun game. Go say what's up.
What's up?
Hey.